If I see edgy, I want you to know that I never meant to take it out on you. Life has its problems and I've got my share. That's one thing I never meant to do. 'Cause I love you, baby. Don't you know I'm just human? And I've got faults like any other man. And sometimes I feel myself alone, regretting some foolish thing I done. 'Cause I'm just as soul as intentions are good. Oh Lord, please don't let me be misunderstood.
Welcome back, Rico Moneybags, a channel helping you invest in yourself so we can invest in the future. Make sure you guys smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, make sure the bell notification stays lit like that. You guys will not miss out. We definitely got ourselves a banger today. The studio is filled. More people are getting queued up. It's going to be a lot of fun. So make sure you guys share this stream as much as you guys can for your guys' communities. This is a really cool setup for all of your guys' projects, because like this, you guys can produce some new, fresh content for your communities that you guys can repurpose later on, have people rating, have people shilling clips and snips from this live stream. So make sure that you guys come and join us today. We got a lot of projects that are going to be pulling up, some from Cappy today that we have some fun with on that space later on. But we're going to get into Bitcoin's prices first. What's going on? I know you guys all seen the dip. We're going to get the stream filled up, and then we're going to have some fun giving everybody that opportunity. We got Ken Do first. That's going to be coming up. We got Wally coming up. We got 15, some of the Bitcoin guys. We got Cappy today. So make sure you guys get ready. It's going to be a lot of fun. But let's jump into this. First and foremost, what's going on with the price action of BTC? Let me share my screen. Welcome in, everybody. Leave some comments down below. Let me know what project you're here for. You know, pull up really strong. And then we got this right here, BTC action. A lot of us was wondering, not really too many of us that are pulling up to the stream on a regular basis, that we were most likely going to see some of these, you know, lower levels on these prices, not because we're being bearish on the price, but, you know, price got rejected on this, you know, 50 moving average. We got underneath this. And just like we respect this 50 moving average when we get above it, you know, when BTC broke underneath this 50 moving average, we had to respect it. It actually went lower than what we thought because, you know, if you guys look right here, we had this horizontal line that some people were asking in the chat. They were saying, hey, do you think that we're going to get back above the 50 moving average? And I said, you know what? I don't think we will until we at least come and visit where we visited before, this price structure right here. And actually, this is why this is not financial advice, because if you look, Bitcoin actually went a little bit lower. So not only did it revisit the price that we talked about, let's just keep it 100. And that's why the chat is so amazing. We went even a little bit lower on BTC prices. And if we look backwards, it's actually where we've been before. So it wasn't right here, this structure price, but we have wicked to this level before. And we're going to see if BTC kind of holds on to these crucial price levels right here. But this is where, you know, BTC has been here before. You know, we got this wick right here at this 80K. It's going to be a little bit of the scenario, if not this, then that, with overall Bitcoin prices. And I know everybody's been rocked, and, you know, everybody's asking like, well, you know, what's next? And I want you guys just to simply put a 50 moving average on your chart. It could be as simple as that, fam. It could be as simple as that, where you're not going to be too surprised if we're trading underneath the 50 moving average and we're having, you know, bearish momentum on the chart, right? Because if we look backwards time and time again, anytime we're underneath this 50 moving average, which you guys see right here as this red line, you know, all this trading right here was bearish underneath this, right? And, you know, that's where you find shorts. That's not where you go and pout, and, you know, you don't got to touch grass because you're bummed out on the market or anything like that. You either short it or you wait for your setup, right? Don't go touch grass because you're stressed out. Go touch grass because you don't see your trade yet, right? Right now, no trade was here. You know, a lot of people are saying this is the floor, that's the floor. Yo, we don't say that it's the floor until we see this break over the 50 moving average. And we called this one right here when we first broke, was when we first got excited, and first mouse got the squeeze, second mouse got the cheese. But price got rejected right on this 100 moving average that was sitting right above us. And when we got rejected, I was like, hey, we're going to go test the 50. If we break underneath it, then, you know, kind of that case of not this, then that. And that's exactly what happened, right? But we weren't excited here when people said this was the floor. We weren't excited there. We weren't even excited in this area. But when we broke above the 50 moving average, that's when we started to get excited. And, you know, a lot of that excitement left. We had kind of that moment when prices got underneath that 50 moving average. So long as we're trading underneath this 50 moving average, I know most streams, they're supposed to just tell you what you guys want to hear, but this is where you accumulate, right? Or this is where you just kind of sit back and relax, because prices still have some work to do, right? And you look at this, we'll remove this horizontal line because we weren't even right. It went even a little bit lower. Let's just be honest. This is where we thought it was going to go to because we were underneath the 50 and it went lower, right? So this is not financial advice. You would have thought that, we had it spot on, not exactly spot on. So we went a little bit lower. Maybe this is where we consolidate. Maybe we find a floor right here and price can, eventually get back above this 50 moving average and then bring some excitement back. But until then, not just quite, right? So we're going to go to BNB next. I see you guys reposting the stream. When we break triple digits, we are going to bring our special guests up. We got Kendu up first. We don't gamble. We work for our bags, and I'm really glad to have, the crypto biker up here with us, and we're going to have a lot of fun. We got a lot of projects queued up. This is really for you guys, honestly. What we do here and the people that are coming up to speak, this is for all of your guys' bag. People really care. A lot of people behind the scenes that are queued up right now, they care for your guys' bags, not just theirs. But let's go into ETH, and then again, did we call that spot on? ETH, we were a little bit more spot on, but we didn't catch the wicks. And you're never going to get the ultimate bottom or the ultimate top. But when you look at what we were talking about, when ETH broke this 50 moving average, I said, everybody, can we possibly come back to where we had this price structure and we just put this horizontal line? This was the day before yesterday, a few days ago when we were still trading in this section right here. And I'm not shocked. And I don't think that anybody rocking with me on this channel should be honestly too surprised that we're exactly where, maybe during these days it probably sounded crazy, but now look at where we're at. We're exactly where price and time always likes to meet again. So you're asking what needs to transpire for things to get exciting again? Well, some consolidation, some sideways trading, and possibly, getting back above that 50 moving average that we always seem to talk about. And you guys are like, Rico, we get it. The 50 moving average is key to everything, right? And not all the time, because the 200 is actually very important as well, but some sideways trading right here is what we'll most likely see until we get above that 50 moving average. We're going to go to BNB next because, these are things that we talked about, and you guys can see that is actually just like kind of showing us that we are kind of right. I don't like to sound like that because it kind of sounds like a little bit like, a little bit of the ego stepping in too much. But if you look right here, look at this BNB chart. How clean is that? When we lost that momentum, when we got underneath the 50 moving average, I said, although I'm not being bearish, XPX is built on BNB. Why would I be bearish on BNB, right? But I can't sit up here and lie to you and say that I didn't think that we were going to see these lower prices. Why? Not because I snatched them out of the thin air or I'm just saying these random prices, but because price has been here before, right? Not because Rico's saying so. Who cares what I say? I'm looking at what price is saying. And that's why I'm not shocked that after we broke underneath this 50 moving average, after this first mouse got the squeeze, second mouse got the cheese, and we came down and broke underneath the 50, that we were going to see this right here. And this is the volume profile on the right. It helps us find this. And I want to add an indicator really quick. Shout out to Blunt House. I want to add an indicator really quick to show you guys how clean this chart was and how you could almost look like, Nancy Pelosi or Martha Stewart with some insider trading, predicting some of this price action. Because if you look right here, when we turn on this Blunt House and I add the 100 moving average, it's not even that hard to see that. That's why price got rejected. First mouse got the squeeze, second mouse got the cheese. We got a sell signal because price got rejected on the 100 moving average. Of course, we're going to come down to the 50. We broke the 50. We go a little bit lower, and that's just what it is. So this is where prices pumped up before. Maybe this is where they pump up again, finding support down here on this BNB low 800s, 820, 825. This could be a section depending how low it wicks, but we're not too shocked if we saw price marching to the right on this section right here, until eventually it can break the 50 moving average, maybe trade into this gap on the volume profile, but it has to get back above that 50 moving average because that's when things get exciting. I didn't make up the rules. I'm just noticing these silly little patterns that tend to pop up time and time again. Let's clean up the chart. We got Solana next, and then we're going to bring up Kendu. We're almost at that, triple digit mark with everybody pulling up, and I really do appreciate it. Everybody reposting the stream, and then we're going to have some fun with the projects. I know that's what you guys came to see, but I don't want them repeating themselves. I want you guys to fill up the stream. So let's go to Solana again. Again, not perfect, but look at how we called this price. And again, it's not financial advice. It did go a little bit lower than what we suspected it to go. But I told everybody, like, let me get this out the way. This from some degen activity on some lower time frames. You guys will be able to see it over here if I do it like this. Let me show you guys some degen activity. If it broke this way, obviously getting back above the 50, we could have found the long. But the minute it broke this on the 15-minute chart, I'm not shocked that we've seen all this downside pressure, right? But we're going to get this out the way because this is late night degen activity trading futures. We're going to come over here and find ourselves on this daily chart, which I think is the most responsible thing you can do. And this is what we've seen. And we also talked about possibly even going lower if we didn't hold on to this. And we found this level right here because price has been here before. And when we broke underneath the 50, I was like, hey, maybe we come to this section again. And sure enough, we did visit that. We even wicked a little bit lower. Solana came even down to what seems like 112. So even a little bit lower. This would be the section that we would have to hold on to really turn things around. Otherwise, we could see some cheaper prices on Solana, everybody. All right. So we got the stream super lit now. Everybody's pulling up. Shout out to Pori. I see the Wally fam. We're going to have Wally pull up next. So make sure you get all of Wally in here because after Kendu, it's Wally. Then we're going to have some Satoshi people. We got Veteran Token. We got Cappy today. So we already got a really nice lineup, and we got people getting ready in the TG to get queued up. So it's going to be a lot of fun. Private chat is booming, but let's have some fun right here. Let's start off with my Kendu fam. We're not going to waste any more time now that we got 130 people live with us. That's really what I'm waiting for. I want to see those numbers for these amazing communities, for these speakers that are, putting in that extra work for all of us. So we're going to start off right here with one of the most amazing projects, one of the most amazing communities. And before I bring up the Crypto Biker, I also want to say it was one of the communities that let me know that the bull market was in, because they were so unhinged and so wild and so exciting that I was like, dude, I think the bull market is here. That was at $38 million market cap. Kendu pumped up all the way up to 280 something market cap. So I want to let you guys know that it's on a super discount right now, and they still have that live community. So let's go ahead and bring up some special people to the stage. Welcome up, man. I'm sure the Kendu fam is happy here representing. How you doing today, brother?
Yeah, good, man. How you doing?
Doing fantastic, man. Love to see you up here with us.
Yeah, cheers, man. I went and got my Kendu first wave merch on. I thought I would rep it out. And good to be up, Rico. It's been a while.
Yeah, it's been a while, man. But you know what? But we've been tapped in, whether it's on Spaces, whether it's getting the Kendu spices out there, whether it's the energy drinks. We're always somehow holding onto each other's hip one way or another, right? I got the spice right here next to me. I've been putting it on everything for some reason.
Oh man, I should have. I'm just sitting in my kitchen now. Kendu spice goes on everything. Cliff and that Moonrock. It's so good. It's so good. Before
we get into Kendu, I just want to say something about the Kendu spice because we're talking about it. I think I made a special Kendu barbecue because I was having like one of those nights where I just wanted to have some snacks, and I put the Kendu spice into nobody judge me, into McDonald's barbecue sauce because I wanted it with my chicken nuggets. And Kendu spices, I'm letting you guys know, you guys might want to come out with your own barbecue sauce before somebody does it. But something magical happened when I put those two together. But I just
we'll get Cliff onto that straight away. I'm sure he's taking notes right now as we speak.
Yeah, for sure.
But yeah, man, he's killed it. Like Amazon 5-star rated already. Like it's shipping all over the world. I saw in the chat the other day, it's already in Holland. I have it here in Dubai. It's going to Asia, all over the States. So already he's killed it.
Yeah, you guys are doing fantastic. Kendu has a special place in my heart. Honestly, you guys are absolutely amazing. We've been rocking with each other for a while. We got you guys' merch on justshopcrypto.com, which sells really good. We tapped in with even Kendu Unleash, just more great people. And it's like, it doesn't matter which way you turn when it comes to this community. You find people that, are really passionate about this and want to make things work. And I love that it's attracted all these go-getter and that go-getter mentality of just like, hey, we're going to make things happen. We're not going to sit around and twiddle our thumbs, but we're going to shake things up, man. And that's what you guys have here. What everybody's trying to build, you guys already have.
Well, that's the thing, that Kendu started out as a meme token and very quickly got away from that. And now we consider ourselves a brand coin. We penned that term, I think maybe a year ago now, and we're trying to stick to that because we're more than a meme coin. We really are. We enable so many people to build businesses, like we spoke about Cliff and the Kendu Spice. We have so many other businesses already that have been built and are in the process of being built. Some that I'll get into shortly, and some that are amazing, but aren't ready for release yet. So yeah, there's a big future for Kendo.
100%, bro. And you know, talking about Kendu and just exactly where you guys are at right now. I mean, let's jump into, like, you know, what's going on with Kendu. Your sentiment on Kendu. I know you're bullish. You're up here. It's past midnight, and I just want to say that so everybody knows how dedicated this community really is. I mean, that really speaks a lot of volume. You know, you jumped in the studio super early, and then you're like, whoa, it's actually later, and that speaks volume of the dedication, brother. Like, you know, you can't make that stuff up. And you know, I want to learn a little bit more about you and why you're bullish on Kendu and what's going on with Kendu right now. I'm sure everybody's also interested why this guy is staying up past midnight for this amazing project and this amazing community. But nobody better off to say than yourself. So let's jump right into it.
So look, I'm one of the OGs. I've been here since the start. I know, well, everybody knows Josh. Josh, I think, is having a little bit of downtime this weekend, so that's why I'm up taking the lead and getting us out here. Listen, I was having a private conversation with one of the team members there earlier, and you know, in a complete market crash like happened, you know, what happened today and yesterday, our TG is still so busy, so active. Last night we had a whale that has been buying all along. Last night comes in and buys 4 billion tokens off the chart. Just before we came on this call, I think there was another massive buy, went in for thousands and thousands of dollars. So we see that Kendo's completely bottomed out. The sellers that were going to sell have already done that and gone, and now everybody's accumulating. Even me, like, I've been buying all along, and even now we've started this little thing. It's a little stupid thing where we're calling it the coffee DCA, where we're every morning there's just a load of us that, instead of having one coffee from a coffee shop in a day, we're putting that money onto the chart, and we're buying 2, 3, 4 million Kendo off the chart. So we're all still dedicated. We're all still buying. We're all still pushing the Kendo brand. And you know what makes me bullish about Kendo is there's so many people working for the brand. There's so many people working for Kendo, and when I say working, I don't mean, you know, making memes and, you know, putting Twitter posts out. I mean, that's amazing, and that the community is second to none in that regard. But there's people building real life businesses underneath the Kendo brand. You know, the OG business was Kendo Energy. That's been up and running now for what, 18 months, and they're just now releasing new flavors, the mango flavor and cherry flavor. So and those are incredible, by the way. Those rival, just like that, those rival Red Bull. They rival all the big energy drinks, and now the new flavors are equally as good. We have Ishan, who's in India. He started Kendo Entertainment from nothing. Like, Ishan's just a normal working guy in Kolkata, and he has this idea for Kendo Entertainment, and now he's running some of the biggest pickleball tournaments in India. He has one at the end of next month, I think, where there's like 200 competitors coming. 200 of the biggest competitors in his area coming to compete at what potentially could be the Kendo, tournament. He's organizing parties. He's organizing all sorts of things, just because he loves the Kendo brand, and it's helped him to grow into something big in his area. Then we've already spoken about Kendo Spice. Cliff, again, he had this idea, launched it under the Kendo brand, and suddenly had all these customers just ready to buy his product. So I think in a few weeks he's maybe sold 250 or 300 units already, 5-star rated on Amazon, and only getting bigger. You know, the more people, there's it there. And it's incredible. I shipped some from the States to here, and honestly, I've had it every day this last week. It's so good, and we're not just saying that. Then what have we got? We've got Stacey Art. Yeah, there's it there. Man, that's good. Those ribs look good. I know it's midnight, but man, we can always eat ribs. then we have like Kendo Street, Stacey Art and the Kendo Unleashed team with all their half the stuff I don't even know what they're doing with murals and festivals
Yeah.
and they're all over. Every time I speak to Stacey, she's in a different city in the States doing some can do street art with
Yeah.
some different team artists, surf competitions, all sorts, all manner of things. And that shows her dedication. I mean, she was OG Shib and she's completely can do now. There's Stacey there doing some cool art. Um, yeah, so when people are flying all over the world at their own expense to promote the brand, it shows you the conviction that they have and the belief they have in in what we're doing. So it's definitely yeah. I'm just reading down through my notes here, Rico, because I always miss something. If I go with no notes, I'll always miss something. So
It's all good, brother. Go
um
ahead.
yeah, so then we've Can Do Games, probably one of
Mm.
the biggest ones that will launch now. Josh did shout at me because I gave a date away that I don't think that I was supposed to give away. That so we have Kendo Games Coop, who's an ex AAA Bioware dev, um, massive in the gaming community, massive developer, and he came out of retirement to build Kendo Games, the game studio. And there's an imminent release of the first Kendo game. So he's brought his some of his old team, some other big devs in on it. So once that launches on Stream or Steam, I believe it is, that's going to be a massive thing for Kendo. Like that's just going to get so many more eyes on it, and just another real case, a real use case for Kendo. And then we have one that I've talked. So an OG member of the community has started Kendo Box. Now I can't give names away, and
Okay.
the project isn't ready to be launched just yet. But I did have a real good conversation with him the other day, and Kendo Box is going to be it's something that has never been done within crypto before, and it's really interesting, and I think it's going to be really big. It's going to be something completely new to the space, and definitely is worth a look. Kendo Box has I think they have their own X account, and they'll they'll put more up there whenever whenever the time is right. And then what else have we got here, Rico? Um, I'm keeping my little special note till the very last. You
Okay.
know what you know what that special note is? I showed you earlier.
Mm-hmm.
um, um, but yeah, community is definitely Kendo's number one asset. I think so many
100%.
people, like you've seen it, that when Kendo shows up, they show up,
Yeah.
and they're not afraid to get mucked in and likes and comments and retweets and just it's just a great place to be. And you know, because of how we've built the brand, because of how we've built Kendo and the real life businesses that are coming to fruition, we actually in the background have a thing called Kendo Incubator, where
Yeah.
we're enabling community members to, you know, express their ideas and their imagination about businesses, because we want the community to build businesses underneath the Kendo brand. So we have the incubator there with some there's a few of us that are big in business, a few that are big in crypto, a few of us that are really big in our you know our own areas, and people are welcomed into the incubator with their ideas, and we try and flesh those out and get them to the point of release. You know, we did that with Cliff and Kendo Spice. Not that he needed our help, but we all helped flesh that idea out. And you know, Stacey Art, she did all the artwork and you know helped him with the branding and the naming and all those different things. So it's definitely a community where it's everybody's working towards a common goal. There's nobody pulling in one direction, and everybody's perfectly aligned and sees where Kendo will end up.
100%, bro. 100%. And yeah, I think that Kendu has something special that like, and we talked a little bit before the stream that like there's projects that are launching right now that are trying to figure out what Kendu has figured out, right? It's like
Hmm.
that's the special thing that I want everybody that's even a part of Kendu. I'm a part of Kendu. You know, I didn't even sell the top. You know, I
Hmm.
got in, you guys rated
Hmm.
one of my streams one time. It was like you guys were at $38 million market cap. And I was like, what the heck is all this? You guys are just wild. It was like Kendu, Kendu, Kendu. I was like, all right, we got to check this out. $38 million market cap, and that thing ran way up. And you know, I'm still holding my Kendu. You know, even XPX
Hmm.
holds a little bit of Kendu, which is pretty cool to say,
Hmm.
honestly, because
Hmm.
I don't only invest into like a meme or a PFP or a picture or whatever you want to call it. I invest into the people behind it and the people that make things happen, and that's really what resonates the most with me is kind of that mantra of we don't gamble that we work and we keep working our working until the job is done. And when you see
Hmm.
a group that has not just one person, not just or just a team or whatever, and it's just the whole community, like where do you get that at, where it's not just
Well,
the team or it's not just a inner circle, it's like across every single person of the community is thinking about let's get this done. Like I don't even know where there's another example like that, right? So
well,
yeah.
that's the thing that Kendu doesn't, and we try and enable everybody to be the lead of Kendu. We try and not have a figurehead. Yes, there is. Josh is seen as the leader of Kendu, but that's not what it is. Kendu is everybody working for their own bags.
Mhm.
It's if you have an idea or a thought, well then bring it to the table and let's run with it. Let's build businesses. Let's you build your own thing, and we will try our best to support that. And if it's a good idea, the community jumps on board, and everybody will buy your product.
Yeah.
So it's definitely there's nothing like it out there that I've seen.
Yeah, absolutely. And then a little bit of speaking kind of like nothing like it and kind of like some of the things that have never really happened in the space. We had some really unique things. You got it on your notes and stuff like that. And it's kind of like the elephant in the room and kind of the one of the funniest things to talk about with Kendra. I guess I'll put this up because it was probably one of the most extreme it was probably one of the most extreme
That's
things I've ever seen in the space ever happen. You know, it's
so
like when we're talking about
so where is it?
dedication, yeah. Yeah. So,
uh
how's the nice way to put this? I'll let you try to put it in a nice way, and you speak for the
So I
dedication of
know
this,
I,
these
I know
people.
we're live on YouTube and stuff, so we'll try and keep it as clean as we possibly can, and not into my usual Irish terminology. But yeah, it shows you the conviction when a member of the community willingly gets Kendu tattooed on his
I'm,
private
I'm-
area,
yeah,
um,
I'm
on
this,
his
everybody.
um, on his appendage,
Yeah.
and 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 that was willingly did that himself because he was so convinced that Kendu is it. Kendu is the ultimate crypto token. It is a
Yeah.
brand coin, and it is destined for success.
Yeah, yeah. I really think that you guys are. It's always a pleasure. I mean, we harness a little bit of. We got some great community members that hang out in the TG. Like I said, it's not just a meme. You are the sum of the people that you hang around of. I love that I hang around people from Kendu, and it's people that I know that when they think about doing something, whether it's Stacy with taking over every single city, whether it's Cliff with his spices and taking over Amazon and becoming that next big name, whether it's the merch or Kendu Unleashed looking for the next sports person that's probably going to be cutting up some waves or shredding on a skateboard, that I'm surrounded by people that get stuff done and that want to do something for the community. Like that is the type of, synergy that I want to be around. That's the type of mantra that I want to be around. I know that you don't go up a mountain by accident. You're not going to slide. You can slide down it by accident if you don't do nothing, but to get to the summit, it takes the grind. And I love that you guys take pride in earning that. And I love being a part of it with you guys, man. Honestly, you guys are absolutely knocking it out the park.
No, and that's the thing, Rico, that we're very easygoing and can do as well, and we welcome other people because we know that. I said to the guys the other day that the market is in such a terrible position at the moment. It really is. I mean, the fatigue is out there and it's
Mhm.
real, and everybody's feeling it. And if anybody that says they're not feeling fatigued with the crypto market at the moment is probably lying to themselves.
Yeah.
And what we all want Kendu to be is it's kind of a beacon of hope that we're not running away. We are building real life, real world assets under the Kendo brand. And these are all, they're going from strength to strength. And we will welcome anybody into the Kendo community,
Yeah.
anybody that wants to come, and we'll help and we'll enable them. If they've got ideas, they can come and chill and just be part of the community. But at the same
Yeah.
time, if they want to come and build a business, build something as part of the brand, we welcome that as well. We're an open door, and we would love to see more people come, because the market cap doesn't reflect the project at the moment. And that the same can be said for a lot of amazing projects, but really,
Yeah.
Kendo is massively undervalued at the moment.
I
And
agree, brother.
and there is only one way, and that is up. And you can see that as well, Rico. That you know there was last night, there was somebody sold a bit of their holdings, and straight away massive buy orders coming in to buy it up.
Yeah.
And that wasn't the team. That was people watching the chart. And as soon as that sell happened, it was eaten up in 5 or 10 minutes, gone. So it shows you that people are watching, waiting for that liquidity to come back to the market. And as soon as Kendo runs, I have no doubt in my mind that once it goes again, it's straight up, it's vertical.
Awesome. Yeah, man. We got some more speakers. Oh, shout out to Pablo Crow. We got to get him up here as well. On one of these as well, because I think he's done a legendary comeback with Meme Link, and I think it really speaks volume of, like, when people think that that's it. Sometimes you gotta get the sellers exhausted so you can
Mhm,
punch back and really make the Jeets cry. Sometimes you gotta make
mhm,
the Jeets buy higher, and we play the modest and we play the humble stuff, but sometimes what really works
mhm.
is the hey, I told you so, we were gonna turn this thing around, and now you buy back
Yeah,
right back higher, right?
yeah,
But we got
yeah.
some more projects, brother, and Kendo has an all access pass. I want the whole Kendo community to know that this channel supports everything that you guys are doing. Anybody inside of this project, I'm really rocking with you guys. But I do want you to,
Appreciate it, Rico.
of course, brother. If you got some last words, I know we got some people queued up that are really bullish and they're waiting for us. And we're running into the Kendo stream part of the things towards the end. But and I know you want to get some sleep. It's past midnight and you're
Yeah,
still
man.
pulling
What
up
time
for
is
us
it
to
now?
truly talk about.
It's midnight now.
Yeah,
No, look, Rico, I think we've kind of nailed everything on the head. But
yeah.
with what Kendo is, everybody knows Kendo at this stage. The
Hmm.
the X presence, the online presence, the real life presence, like everything. Nobody can miss Kendo, and we're not going anywhere. We are really building behind the scenes. We're just waiting for that liquidity to come back. And definitely people haven't seen the best of Kendo yet.
100%, bro. 100%. I'm rocking with you guys, man. And I love that dedication, pulling up super late. I mean, that is really what it's all about, man. And this is just the first from many to come. And I want the other Kendo people, if you're building in the space, just know that you guys automatically get support from us. Okay. You guys are long-term partners of us. Like I said, I got my own XPX even holds some Kendo because we're part of this movement with you guys. And the next ideas that come out, just know that you got a marketing support team, whether it's coming from the crypto biker himself, whether it's coming from this channel to make sure that you guys get that exposure, whether you're doing surfboards, Kendo spikes, you guys are always going to have this platform. It belongs to you guys. So I really appreciate Axel. He's one of the OGs as well. He's a super chat. I want to give him a shout out, pulling a lot of strings to make all this stuff happen, pulling us all together. There's a lot of people who really care. And I want to say thank you to the whole Kendo community, especially thank you to you for pulling up so late for not just your
Oh
bag, but
man.
for everybody, brother.
Yeah, well that's it, Rico. And look,
Yeah.
I'll be glad to come up anytime. So we'll talk soon, and we'll let some of these other projects up.
Yeah, man. When you have some of that alpha that I know you guys cannot talk about, these Friday super streams are really turning out to be something really massive.
Uh-huh.
And I would love
Hmm.
to be able to show everybody what it is. And the reason behind these
Cool.
super streams is so you guys can clip that stuff and show it off later on. So, when that alpha comes out,
Hmm.
of course, you guys know you got the Batman line. I'll always pick up for you guys and you guys can pull up and show it
Appreciate
off.
it, man. Appreciate it, Rico.
Absolutely,
Will do,
brother.
man.
Good night and sweet dreams. Let's tuck them in,
Thank you,
everybody.
buddy.
Man, that's the first one right there. And I mean, we had to start off like that, man, because you only get one chance to make a first impression. And what a way to make a first impression on this super stream for this Friday, bringing up the Kendo fam. Next, we're gonna have Wally token up, and we actually got somebody pretty cool to talk about Wally, somebody that's been in the space, an OG to the space, if you guys believe it or not, somebody that I've been rocking with for quite a while. I've been seeing him jump around from here to there, from there to here. But he's a solid chat in the space. I'm going to bring up the project first, and then we're going to talk about it. Obviously, we're going to talk about how this thing started. It's brand new. We're holding some of this. We're going to be holding this because it's super early and some solid people are behind us. But I do want to bring up this beautiful gentleman right here, Papa Stonks, representing the Wally token, man, which is absolutely amazing. We've had Wally up, and we really like this little whale right here. How you doing today, Papa Stonks? How you feeling today?
What is up, Rico? And thanks, thanks for having me on today. I'm doing good. Obviously, you already went over the little market analysis. I'm just happy gold finally tanked, but hoping to see some of that rotation come back over our way a little bit. But no, I'm excited to be on here, man. And huge shout out to Kendu. They are always hard to follow, but they headline my spaces as well. So they've been actually headlining the block party space since me and Ken started it. And I'm a huge supporter of the community, everything they've got going on over there. And I love ETH. I love my ETH tokens for one, but you won't see me out there supporting too many Solana memes. But Wally is different, man. This was launched, it was launched on Pump Fund, like everything else is on Solana. But it was launched by a good friend of mine, Pori, who I've met him in a Mitsuki CTO, and he launched this himself about a week and a half ago, and it has done great, man. The community is really formed and actually, continuing to grow, which is something you don't see too much, a week after, on Solana after launch. You don't see that too much. Most of them only last a couple days. But Pori, he started this with an actual vision. He had the first game already ready. When he launched, second game is out, building more. They've got so much stuff going on over there. Obviously, the X is verified, DEX, everything. TG is always active. The really cool pixel art. So if you guys go into the chat, just type /unbox. Get yourself each day. You can get yourself a new NFT. You got PFP bots. We got really good traction on Reddit. We're starting to grow the Facebook and Instagram. This isn't just a short-term meme. It might not be, and it's not a beta play is the main reason why it's not a short-term meme. It is a little whale, but it wasn't a beta to white whale. This is completely different, in my opinion. And you can tell that kind of by the growth that we've had on there. We've got about 600 TG members, 570 holders, and he's already filed for the LLC. So this will be a legit company with the merch store coming in the next 2 weeks, which you guys have seen you've seen Wally, you've seen how cute it is. And I think, that's going to be, something that, a lot of people will want to get. I'll get some for the kids and stuff like that. And speaking of merch, Ryder, he was, or biker, sorry, Ryder. he was wearing his Kendu Unleashed merch while he was speaking. I don't think anybody saw it, but he was wearing Kendu merch while he was talking. But yeah, no, I think this is definitely a great meme community for one, but something that has legs and can really sustain, as long as the community stays and continues to grow with it. Pori isn't going to give up on this. So, I have a lot of faith in this, for a Solana token. We went to 400K all-time high, and, it retraced, and we hit like 80K. Normally, on any other Sol meme, everybody would have dumped and left. It would be sitting at 4K right now. but that's not the case here. Also, supply control. Corey isn't just giving out supply to everybody, and he is, keeping that supply control, and we are utilizing some of that in, liquidity pools. And we're going to keep, expanding that, generating fees for the project, generating revenue, to pay for stuff. We've got KOLs just joining organically. We had Ben Billions just join us the other day, organically, and he's supporting. I thought he might have been coming to the stream today, but I don't think he was able to make it. Yeah, I mean, there's not a whole lot I can really say. I think it's a great entry right now. We're sitting. If you look at the chart, the 1 hour chart looks sexy.
Yeah, that's going on right now. It's 1 hour chart.
Yep, exactly. Yeah, that 1 hour chart looks sexy, man. You see that little curl up, and the floor just holding stable during this market crash is great. In my opinion, that's some of the things I look at. The community's positive. Nobody's in there just flooding or anything about the dip. We eat these dips, and we're going to continue to eat these dips. And I'm going to be supporting the whole time. Again, there's not too many SOL tokens out there that I would support. But this, I have trust in the team, and I have trust in the community, and that's the main thing. A lot of these SOL tokens, it doesn't matter, what the dev does. It's the community, the SOL traders that, it's if you look, the most profitable traders on Solana, 38 seconds is their average hold time. Wow. 38 seconds, man. That's crazy. That's crazy. But these guys have been holding for over a week. These guys are holding and staying positive and continuing to push and out there every day, smash and raid. You don't see that. You do not see that in the Solana space for the most part. And it did. After it came off Pump Fund, of course, it had its dip. I can't remember exactly what market cap it dipped down to, but shortly after that, I hopped in and we pushed that thing. We hit 100K, held that, and just continued to keep growing each day. Every day I was waking up to a new all-time high. And I think we're going to get back to that. We are going to get back to that. People are a little quiet right now across, the space for the most part, with the market doing what it does. How people are. But, I think the market will be turning around here soon. As long as we hold and keep pushing past that 50 MA, like you said, on Bitcoin. And I still think we are going to get some rotation from gold and silver and everything. I think some of those funds are going to be coming back to the risk on assets. Today's market was a little wonky. I woke up and everything, including the VIX, was crashing, and I'm like, "What? How the hell does that happen?" That's the first I've seen that where the VIX and everything else was crashing. Normally, the VIX is skyrocketing when that happens. But it did catch up. So UVXY, keep that in your ports, guys, if you trade stock. I'm just saying, it's a great hedge. I digress.
And we're gonna have you on. We'll do like another stream where we do kind of like market analysis. We'll have some fun together and kind of get as much wisdom from you as well. But just to talk on Wally really quick, I think that this community did prove, and I think you have some really good points where, like, if it did not have the community and the people that were actually dedicated to it, it would have vanished already. And I want to let everybody know it's not that far away from making people honestly FOMO right back in when you got the whole market essentially being tested. It doesn't matter who you are, how cute you are, how ugly you are, what kind of meme coin you are. Everybody's being tested, and it's testing your guys' conviction to, what you guys said was bullish in the beginning. And, this thing's not far off from some psychological barriers being broken and people FOMOing back in. And I know you said this is not a beta to all the whale stuff, but I can't help but, think that some whales are always going to be around in this crypto space.
Right.
It's kind of like the HODL narrative. It's kind of like, the diamond hand narrative. And like, I think, I know this is a pixelated whale, but I think that whale talk will always be a part of our space. So the fact that I think it has a strong narrative, I know it's this little cute pixelated whale. I think it has a strong enough narrative that we've seen, especially anybody who's from the last bull cycle, bear market, this bull cycle, knows that we haven't stopped talking about whales since the very beginning of this stuff, right? So, super important to just make sure that we understand that this is a multi-cycle narrative, and just like any other project, this one's being tested as well, but the chart is still looking extremely healthy. This is a really good floor, and you start breaking past some of these market caps, you start heading towards all-time high, and some of the people who definitely cheated are going to come right back into this thing. So it's just about everybody being tested, man. Everybody's being tested. You could be a blue chip holder, you could be holding your XRP, you could be holding your Solana, your BNB, or just your BTC. And some of that dump last night, I bet it had some people sweating and whatnot. And it's like, the fact that this chart still looks this healthy with the markets being rocked like this really says that people want to take this a lot further than just some overnight sensation.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. And, I actually, so I have a liquidity pool opened up with cash. So that's the Phantom stablecoin. So, I do that, and it definitely helps in times, with volatility and Solana and everything else and the rest of the market. And it does promote a little bit of volume, just from the arbitrage bots trading on chain. So it does kind of keep it a little bit leveled out. But again, like you said, in times of uncertainty, you look at the chart and you see the reaction that this community had, which was not a negative one. And that is a great thing. They are just holding what they have. It means they're not probably over invested, like nobody should be. But we all see, people throw everything in at all-time high or something, full port, and then they're dumping, taking losses. But we're not seeing that here. And that's something I look at, when I go and look at a meme coin that, after a market dump, I go and look and see the reaction on their chart to see and kind of gauge how strong I think the community is, how strong I think the holders are. And these guys have not disappointed. They've stayed surprisingly positive in chat, throughout this whole thing. And, they're just continuing to have fun with it and, unbox their wallies. And, I think we're just going to continue growing from there.
Yeah. And how can somebody unbox those wallets? Just so you can mention that again, I think it's pretty cool that some people can do that. For those who don't know, maybe some people who just pulled up, we got a couple phases right here that I think we've already kind of checked off the list. The token launch, obviously, the mobile game development, some of the buybacks and burns, some of the NFT stuff as well. But if you can just go over that for everybody really quick, we got a lot more people pulling up. And then just for you guys who are listening in, we got some more projects that are queued up. We got Veteran Token up next. We got some Satoshi Brothers, and then we got Cappy today that we're going to be talking about, and hopefully you're listening to your project on that platform as well. But if you can touch on some of this for those who are pulling up, man, definitely let them know.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it's super easy. You just join the chat and you type /unbox. One will populate for you, and you can do that every day. So every 24 hours, you can unbox a new one and add to your collection. As far as are they worth anything, obviously things are only worth what people attach value to and, what the community decides they're worth. So if we do end up having a secondary marketplace or to trade wallies on, I think they could definitely be worth something in the future. Right now, right now, just go and unbox them, join the community, have fun, see which ones you get, try and get as many as you can. And they could, they could be the next Pengu, they could be the next big NFT collection on Solana. It's not far far of a dream. I say, it's not far from reality of what can happen.
100%, bro. 100%. I think you're spot on. And when I saw you pull up, I was like, wow, Papa Stonks. And I was like, who are you talking for? And he's like, oh, I'm talking for Wally. I was like, oh, wow, they got a heavy hitter. I was like, they got some, Ben Billions. I told everybody about Wally at 54K market cap. Obviously, a lot of people printed because it went all the way up to over 400K. The Money Bags Mansion is a link that you guys can tap in and find these plays. It's absolutely free to join because we print ourselves, so we don't got to charge for that. So jump in there. But I'm still bullish on this Wally, man. This little whale, I think it really has some potential. And then seeing the people that are willing to come up and speak for, like yourself, Papa Stonks, you got some pull into space. I don't have to tell you that. I'm sure you know. And so I think we're seeing the floor. And when these things turn around, like Solana, and the market starts to pump back up and some of that euphoria comes back, it wouldn't be too hard with, Ben Billions. You got myself. You got, Papa Stonks. You got Pori, who's a solid chat in the space to get this thing to rally and break some market caps that make some people to FOMO in, man.
Absolutely. And I've even got like IRL friends that aren't even on Telegram that are holding Wally. I got a buddy, Jeff, and he sees me talking about something or posting something on X, and he's texting me like, hey, what do I need to do? Do I buy some? What do I do? And I'm like, yeah, definitely buy some. He's DCA'd up as it's gone up. And he's still holding, I don't think he knows how to sell anyways, but, he's still holding. And, if I didn't have faith in it, I would have told him, hey, might want to look to sell your bag or something like that, because I will tell people, hey, this is the time you might want to sell. And always people should be taking profits, of course. Take your initials. Especially when you're getting entry like this at 100K or less or something. If it does 3, 4, 5x, take your initials out or utilize liquidity pools. You can set up the single-sided liquidity pools on Raydium, and you can utilize that to DCA out or take your initials, or even just for long-term holding. You put it in there and you just you can live off of fees. There's so many, any tokens I'm holding long term, they always go in liquidity. So that's why I said, I opened up some paired with cash, got some paired with Sol. It's liquidity pools are great for any long term assets you're holding.
100%.
Even your Bitcoin or your Ethereum or whatever. You can put that into liquidity pools, and you don't have to worry about timing anything. You put that in there and you just collect fees. And, when Bitcoin goes to $1 million, if you want to cash out, you can cash out. All you have to do is pull your liquidity. You've got all that USDC, USDT, whatever you paired it with. If you pair it with ETH, you're going to get more fees because there's more volatility. But that's a little bit riskier, obviously. But at the end of the day, if you're believing in something long term, liquidity is where it's at, guys, for any token. But, even Wally, that's where I'm parking mine.
Sounds good, brother. Yeah, man, I think this was absolutely amazing to have you come up here. We're going to have you come up a lot more. Shout out to the whole Wally community. I see you guys going crazy in the chat. We're going to have more Wally up on the streams as well. We got some winners that we're going to be taking care of very soon. And you know what? We're going to be doing more giveaways on Wally token, just getting people exposed to a very low cap gem that obviously you guys see almost like the Avengers coming around it. And it could have a lot of potential and have like this crazy breakout out of nowhere because it is sitting at a very discount market cap. Honestly, fam, the minute these sellers get exhausted and it breaks any of these little, previous prices that we've been at, there is going to be some FOMO that comes back into this cute little whale right here. And now you're starting to see like some serious players come around it, like Papa Stonks. You got Ben Billions. You guys seen Wally up on my channel a few times. And again, when these projects haven't done the breakout dance, it hasn't broke $1 million market cap or $5 million market cap for that matter, that's when you accumulate. So you can have that kind of like, whoa, I made a yearly salary in 1 month. How do you do that? It's when you find them low cap. They got to be low cap like this one right here, and a solid community that it's not fading, solid team and solid people to support this. So Papa Stonks,
Absolutely.
we're gonna have veteran token coming up next. But any last words for
Let's
the Wally
go.
community and people who want to join the Wally TG? Maybe just let them know what's up, man. It was a pleasure having you up here, and I can't wait to have you up here again.
Yeah, as far as the community goes, I just want to give a shout out to them. You guys, you guys have definitely brought a little faith back for me and Solana meme coins. A lot of that does have to do with Corey himself, just because I know him, I trust him, and I know he's not going to rug us. He's not going to give up. He's just not going to abandon this. Anybody new? Join the community. Hit /unbox. Grab yourself some artwork and grab yourself a bag. Not financial advice, but at 100K market cap, you don't need to throw in that much. 1% is only $1,000 right now. If it's something like Kendu, which I definitely recommend grabbing a bag there too, but you want to throw a little bit more size into that, right? Mm-hmm. But this is something that you can grow with very cheaply. It's not going to cost you a lot. You can get in, grab a bag, have fun with the community, and watch this thing grow.
Absolutely, bro. Absolutely. Big shout out to you guys, man. Papa Stonks, the whole Wally community, man. DCA into this thing. Have some fun looking at Wally. Papa Stonks, like I said, you're always welcome to come up to these streams. We're starting to do these on Fridays, kind of having these super streams where we're bringing up a lot of cool projects, a lot of cool speakers, whatever it might be, but you're always welcome to pull up, brother.
Absolutely, man. And I told you, I've got multiple other tokens I really want to tell you guys about. So I will be back on, shout out to, Unity and Catcoin. When I say Catcoin, this is the OG Catcoin from back in 2021. The team relaunched on ETH, and it's doing great. So, again, there's tons and tons of opportunities out there right now, guys. Just find the right communities.
100%. And you know what? Let's have them up. Next Friday is going to be another super stream. I want everybody to understand what we're doing here. We're giving you guys, the community, the project developers, that content that you guys need. So your community has something to raid. Your community has something to shill, right? And they're not just waiting around. So after this stream, I would, it'd be nice if you guys would go and clip this stuff and use it for your guys' projects. So like that, you guys can make posts about how you guys were on the super stream, tag Papa Stonks, like, hey, Papa Stonks was representing, this Wally token. Go give this a watch from this time frame to this time. And you guys will see, there's going to be more people pulling up. So big shout out to Papa Stonks. Also big shout out to Ben Billions. I've been seeing him pull up, rallying the community, but this one's still very early. You guys don't wait till it's flying and then you're everybody's telling you about it. So super early. Thank you, Papa Stonks, for pulling up, man. I'm going to drop you down, and then we're going to bring up veteran token next. Feeling super bullish, man. Papa Stonks really knocked it out the park for the Wally community. That was extremely bullish, man. We got another great project, a project that we're really supporting on this channel. That is the veteran token, actually doing the right thing for the space. And fam, this is the right people that you guys want to actually support. The people actually supporting the veterans into space, and not just saying that they're going to support them, but actually doing it. Yes, I see the community pulling up strong right now. We're going to bring up Mr. Holds right now, and then we got some Satoshi fan pulling up, and then we got Cappy today, and then whoever is listening in that Telegram group, that private TG, if you guys have some projects that you guys want to show, get yourself queued up. We got a couple more spots for sure. I'm going to keep this thing running for anybody who might be running late. I know we had some more projects that we're probably going to pull up in a half hour or so, but make sure if you guys are inside of that Telegram, you guys are looking to show something, that you guys pull up right now, get yourself queued up. I'm going to get veteran token ready. Let's see, his screen is dropped down for a second, but let's have some fun. Let's bring up Mr. Holds and talk about veteran token. Queued up. I'm going to get we got some feedback, Mr. Holds. So you might want to check your mic.
I can't hear you.
What was that? Check your mic really quick. Let me see if it's on my side. What was that?
I can't hear you. I don't know why on my phone.
Check your mic. Okay. I'm a little bit, it's not a show without technical difficulties, fam. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. It's not a real episode if there's no technical difficulties. You gotta be challenged. But he can't hear me for some reason. He's saying, can everybody else let me know if you guys can hear me down in the chat? I think everybody else can hear me. Maybe circle back veteran token and see if that works out. It's all good, man. Don't worry about it. You guys get a spot no matter what. See if you circle back if that works. I can't hear you no more either. Yeah. So I'm going to bring veteran token down. I'm going to share their links. I'm going to bring up the next project, let him circle back, and maybe it'll work for there. But I'm going to go ahead and share this so you guys can kind of get a head start on this. I'll bring up some of the Satoshi people that I don't even know too much about, right? I don't even know like that much about. We're going to kind of learn together. We're going to pull up what they got going on. And then we got Cappy today. And then also we're going to have, we're going to have some more projects pulling up. Hopefully we'll see what's up. But let's bring up 15. 15, how you doing, man? Are you there? Are you ready to show what you got going on?
Hello, Rico. Can you hear me?
Hey. Yes, I can. Loud and clear, man. What's your guys' @ handle, brother?
On X?
Yes.
Or on X, it is. Yeah. I should have this off the tip of my tongue, shouldn't I? Give me 1 second, Rico.
No, it's okay.
I think it's at Soul of Satoshi. So Soul of Satoshi.
Okay. I'm a SOL Soul, right?
SOUL, as in like Soul.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
SOUL.
Let's see if that pops up something. Here we go. This is you guys right here, right?
That's us. That's the official X account of the one and only Satoshi Nakamoto, Mr. Bitcoin himself. So, Rico, I heard you yesterday. I think it was on Troll King's space, TK's space. I think it was. I'm getting confused with all the different spaces, but I heard your pitch for XPX. I just wanted to say, man, I absolutely loved it. Now very bullish on XPX. No, absolutely stonking, man. Papa stonking. I loved it. And so shout out to TK, because I've seen him in a lot of his spaces, and he's got his XPX PFP.
Yeah.
I never checked it out, and then I heard your pitch and I thought, man, that is very, very interesting. So yeah, love it, man. Just want to
appreciate it, brother. Appreciate it. I really do.
Oh well.
So we got something special here because I got bit by the bug. I love this blockchain technology, and kind of a little bit of the stuff that XPX does is kind of like that Satoshi Nakamoto white paper. So when I saw you, I saw the orange. I mean, I love this logo. I love everything about Satoshi. I love the whole lore, everything. But for somebody even like myself, I don't know too much. You guys kind of popped up. I kind of caught the end of it, but for somebody who hasn't heard about you guys, how did this thing start? Like, where are you guys at? Where do you plan on taking this thing? For those who don't know what the Satoshi movement is all about.
Well, my kind of pre-prepared line is that obviously Mr. Nakamoto launched the white paper in 2008, and the first block was mined, and some lost pages to the white paper were actually found, and they talked about a token on Solana being launched in 2025, and this is the token. So Mr. Nakamoto is behind it. So obviously this is going to go as high as Bitcoin will do, but it will take some time. So yeah, strap in, chaps. We're at about 60K, so we're going up to the billions, but it'll take a while. No, that's just me cracking jokes. But I mean, on a serious level, where did we start? So me and the other core team members, about 5 in the core team, we've known each other for a good few years now. So we're good buddies, and Satoshi is actually the X account, the original chap. He's always had that account, Solar Satoshi, and he's always wanted to launch a Satoshi token. So what we thought is, there's no successful Satoshi token out there. You've got cats, you've got dogs, you've got everything you could throw a stick at, but you haven't got Satoshi, which is a bit of a gap. We think there's a real gap there for a Satoshi token, a Satoshi meme to do well, become established, be one of those kind of massive memes that does well. That's obviously the aim. And what have we got? Why do we think we can do that? Well, we all trust each other to begin with. We've got good, small connections in the space, but good connections of trusted people who we've got in. So we've been building out bit by bit, communities growing one by one, slowly. And the main thing we've got more than others is the actual, what's the word for it? The actual content. So the actual content, I mean, that's on his account, actually, funnily enough. There's a lot of kind of stuff which he posts, which is not to do with the account itself, because he's keeping it a little bit separate from the token, because he's pushing his own content as well. So we're kind of navigating how to do that. But yeah, because the content's really good. So yeah, that's it really. That's it. And then in terms of the content, it's going to be leveling up quite soon because he's actually put $5,000 into a brand new computer with an AI rig. So the content's going to get a lot better quite soon. So yeah, that's who we are, Rico. And thanks. I mean, I just want to say thanks so much for bringing us up onto the stream. It was unexpected, and we're very happy to be here alongside, obviously, Wally. We know really well. A lot of our community are in Wally as well, and Kendu goes without saying. Everyone knows Kendu, so we're in high and esteemed company. So yeah.
No, man, I absolutely love it. I mean, I'm a sucker for all things Satoshi. A little bit of even like kind of like XPX, the whole name X Pays X is that whole peer-to-peer electronic cash system. So, you know, the name X Pays X is really the motion behind what happened. So when I saw this, and I agree with you, I think that there should be a Satoshi meme. Like, you know, I've thought of some in my own head just because I love it so much. I was like, dude, how is there, you know, like you said, we got cats, we got dogs, we got frogs, we got hippos, we got this, we got that. But how is it that we don't have this right here? And you're right, there is a gap right here where this should exist. And somebody like myself who loves, you know, the whole blockchain technology, the whole crypto space, I mean, it's very easy for me to be like, oh, I'll probably get a bag of this and hold it, just because you never know, man. It's part of the space. And it's just like, it starts to become nostalgic in its own sense because, well, it's part of our space. It's something that we really love and that we're passionate about it. Whereas like we want to see things like this grow because it's just cool to see them grow. And I think that you guys have a strong potential. It is a low cap gem. You guys have a very powerful narrative. I think this narrative, like, you know, some of the other ones that I talked about are not going to go away. Like there's no way that a Satoshi narrative, you know, 20 years from now, 15 years from now, no pun intended, Mr. 15,
Yeah.
That they're not going to be talking about Satoshi Nakamoto. There's no way, you know, it could be however many years later down the road. We're always going to be talking about this. And I think that this gentleman that is or isn't or whatever that has the name, right, is always going to be attached to it. And it's always going to be a part of like, hey, you remember how everybody thought it was this guy and all that stuff. So I think it's smart to build something like that now. If you can build a strong community and where everybody can see the long-term vision and that there's not a lot of competition either when it comes to this right here, I think that you guys have a really strong chance of making something special right here.
Well, thanks, Rico. Kind words. I mean, that's the aim. That is definitely the aim. So we're doing all sorts of, because we're just a meme without utility, as it were. But we're trying to work on revenue streams, which will give us money, which can help support the chart. And it's been hard. It's been hard to get those revenue streams actually coming in. So we've tried all sorts of stuff. We've got some Telegram bots, which are very slow to get into actual being live. They were live and they didn't really work. But we've hit upon a really cool idea. So one of our core team members, his wife actually runs a successful clothing brand. And we thought, because our tagline that we use a lot is "We are Satoshi," which is a pretty bullish tagline, we think. We are Satoshi, because, you know, this is what I say it so many times a day, I'm bored of hearing it myself. But what I say is, we are Satoshi, because, you know, we're all Satoshi. If it weren't for him, we wouldn't be here today. He is the man who founded everything. It is thanks to him that I'm speaking to you today, that we've got all this ecosystem that's been built around it. Is this one man. So we are Satoshi, and we're putting him back in the blockchain. And with a clothing brand, essentially, is the idea. If we're going to build our own clothing brand with "We are Satoshi" as the label, small batches, nice and exclusive, you know, regular drops, and build it out from there. That's going to be a tall order. You know, it sounds great. I can sit here and say that, you know, and it sounds brilliant. Are we going to do it? We're going to do it. Will it be successful? I don't know, man. It could be a complete flop. If so, we crack on to the next one. You know, I'm not. It will do, man. You know, 90 things are failures, but you keep going from failure to failure. Eventually, you hit on something which does work, you know.
Yeah.
And when that does work, we'll be having that revenue to put back into the chart, because the chart's an interesting story. Like, we're very low now. It wasn't that long ago we were doing quite well, you know, kind of up and down, sideways motion. It's all looking pretty good. But I've realized it's very hard to attract people in this current market. So we've been doing lots of spaces. We've been doing lots of shit, you know, all the stuff that everyone does. But it's very hard to get someone to buy in, even if you speak to them one-to-one. And I'm like that as well. I'm not buying anything myself right now in this market. A lot of people are very kind of wrecked. They're in difficulty. They're not looking to ape into things. So it's a difficult one. We've just got to keep grinding it out. Keep building, keep hitting those targets of the roadmap, and eventually, when the market turns, we'll have that community nice and big and strong. And then any little spark will set off a nice motion upwards, and we can, you know, it'll be off to the races. But yeah, it's a difficult moment right now. I'm not gonna lie to you, like it's tough. So I said to myself, like I'm just gonna what I'm doing is I'm running several spaces a week, which I'm gonna keep doing, keep shilling. We just all do our little part. But it's easy to burn out in this market, I find as well. I don't know if you feel the same, but I think it's
Yeah.
it's hard to keep the enthusiasm when man you do everything and yet you see some sales come in. You're like, dude, man.
I know what you're saying, but you know what, bro? I'm gonna tell everybody. You know, this is why it's good to do something bigger than yourself, because there are going to be times that you're tired. There are going to be times that you don't want to wake up or you don't want to do that stuff. And if it's bigger than you, it's like it'll give you some of that enthusiasm. I think that you guys got a good looking chart. You know, this is a low cap gem. Really, you know what it takes, man? It takes you got to build the wall of FOMO. You know, once all the sellers are gone and all the great things that you doing are combined with just a nice little steady climb upwards, you'll see people come back in. I think, Pablo Crow was here earlier. And Meme Link is a good example of that, because everybody got shooken out. And when I mean everybody, I mean everybody. And now this thing's flying. It flew all the way back to $10 million market cap. And it's like, you almost just when you're feeling exhausted, the sellers are also feeling exhausted, right? Almost everybody's on the same boat. And that's actually when you can actually start to turn things around. And there's a point where when you start to turning around where people can no longer resist, even maybe new buyers or maybe old investors that G'd their bag, they start to come back in. So, you guys don't have, there's worse charts than this. I mean, this is not even that bad. This is, on Solana, this is just basically a sideways trading chart. And it wouldn't take much. You guys break, 200K market cap, and this is, everybody knows what this is. It'd be pretty simple for people to start to FOMO back in, but it's kind of about like, shaking those sellers out, starting to build a solid wall, a nice little floor for people to get a little bit of FOMO, entice them to come back in, and it will happen. I mean, look, I'll show you guys a chart from Meme Link really quick, and then we'll give Veteran Token another chance. And we got Cappy today, which I'm super bullish on. And I want you guys to go list your project on what they got going on. But if you guys want to talk about a shakeout and how to turn things back around, I mean, look at this, all the way from over $15 million market cap, shooken out all the way down here. You got to get the sellers out, get the heck out of here, down to like, on some points it was like down to like 100K market cap, 180, 200K, whatever it is. But right back to 10 million. How did that happen? Well, eventually you start stacking up buys that the sellers can't resist, and people can't help but to come check this thing out, and they will turn around. So, don't feel discouraged. I know how you said, like, sometimes you're doing the right thing. You see the buys coming in and people just keep selling. It's like, all right, since I know I don't plan on leaving this space, eventually you won't have no tokens to sell, right? Eventually it's going to happen where, then it's only going to be buys. And then this is what's going to happen. So don't get discouraged. I mean, shout out to Pablo Crow for the super chat earlier. And I think this is a great example of like even something that went to 15 million, over 15 mil, got shooken out down here, and it still, came back to life and went to that holy grail $10 million market cap, holding 5 million. How is that done? Well, you know what? He was rolling out utility. He was doing this, and people were still selling. You just keep pulling up, and eventually the buys will overcome the sells. So I'm very bullish on the Satoshi narrative, brother. Is there anything that maybe you guys might have going on? Is there any alpha around the corner, some things that you guys might be working on? Or is it just like, getting into these spaces right now, kind of getting the word out there, the brand recognition, and then getting ready to release some things?
Well, I mean, the alpha that we've got coming up, really, I think is possibly, well, I mentioned it at the beginning briefly, was that on the content side. So the content's already really good. Everyone loves it. And I did think, actually, because the content's so good, man, it's going to be a surefire win. Green only, everyone's going to FOMO in. There's no way people aren't going to buy after seeing our videos. Lo and behold, it's not really that. They go, man, great video, love it, man. And then, yeah, 0 buys. So it doesn't always correlate. But
Yeah.
Satoshi, the main chap, has got a new AI rig coming in the next, we don't know, but probably 4 to 6 weeks, which will make the content much, much easier and quicker to make, and also of a even higher quality. This will bring in custom work, and then a portion of that can go back into buying the token as well. So you've got that external revenue. So I think that in terms of alpha, that's it really. That's the main. I mean, there's obviously we're working on all sorts of stuff as well, different ideas. We've got the brand. That's a longer term play. The brand's going to take a while to come in, but the AI rig is coming pretty soon. And yeah, aside from that, we'll just keep grinding, keep hitting those spaces, keep having fun. I mean, the one thing we do have, which is genuinely true, and I've never been in, everyone's going to say this, but I've never been in a community that's as good as ours. So on the community side of things, we've really got it covered. We're in Telegram. So I'd urge anyone who's listening now who's on Telegram, please do follow the links from the X. You'll find the link tree. And from the link tree, exactly. Thanks, Rico. Yeah, you've got it right there. You've got the Telegram. And as soon as you pop in the Telegram, you'll see it's all real people having a great time. And yeah, just it'd be great if anyone wants to check us out, see what we're doing. We're very low at the moment, so you can get a bag, a rather large bag, for a very small amount of money. And talking about Rico money bags, you don't need many money bags to get a big, chunky, nice bit of supply of Satoshi. So, we're a
Nice.
great point to try in. And I'm sorry if I'm sounding a bit bearish. I'm just absolutely
No,
exhausted because I've had
no.
a long day. So I'm about to hit the hay. But I'm usually very bullish, especially in the morning. So
No, you're fine, brother. No, I do want to say thank you, and I want to keep track of this project, man. Make sure that you guys, stay tapped in with me. I think that you guys got a strong narrative, like I said. Where there's 10, 15 years down the road, we're still going to be mentioning Satoshi. We're still going to be probably using this image from this man. So just keep building, man. Keep pushing. You guys are a low cap gem. Don't get discouraged. You could be a Bitcoin millionaire and Bitcoin pulled back. It could be Solana, whatever it is. Everybody's being tested right now. So, we're not going to delete our apps. We're not going to delete our Telegrams or X and, all of our wallets. So just keep pushing forward. If you got to go touch some grass and take a break, then go do that. If you got to go roll up some grass and toke a little bit, then go do that. Whatever it is that you're doing with grass, go do that. But just know that you're not leaving the space. You've already been bit by the crypto bug. So find a great community. Maybe it's this one, Satoshi, hanging out with 15 and the rest of this great community, noticing that this is a great narrative that can be multi-cycle. Maybe it's some of the other projects that you guys will listen in today, but find those great communities and those strong narratives that you guys believe in. 15, I do appreciate you pulling up, man. Do you have your project listed on Cappy today?
we do, absolutely. I believe so. I mean, we're very, we most certainly should do. Yes, I'm
Okay, right
pretty
here.
sure
Yeah,
we're on there.
definitely.
Big shouts out to
Awesome.
Capito Day, who found us, and we've been in touch with them for quite some time now. So, and that was it. We were on their space yesterday. That's the one. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that was great fun.
Yeah,
as well.
absolutely. And that's what it's all about, networking. So thank you very much for pulling up, man. I'm going to bring up my brother in the space. This is Mr. Holtz from Veteran Token, but thank you for pulling up, man, and representing for Satoshi, man.
Thank you, Rico. It means a lot. Absolute pleasure. And also check out XPX, guys. Obviously, everyone knows XPX, but I think I was very impressed by that pitch yesterday. And obviously, check out Satoshi. Much love, guys. Touch some grass, smoke some grass, and buy some Bitcoin and Satoshi.
Absolutely, brother. Absolutely.
Thanks.
Thank you so much, man. That was Satoshi. Yeah, that was a fantastic space yesterday. And that's what it's all about, man. It's not what you know, it's who you know. And this is why these super streams are important, to cross-pollinate, to make sure that you guys do not get stuck in your echo chamber. It's up to you. We're going to provide the platform. If you guys want that extra exposure, this is kind of where it kind of started. There's going to be more great spaces coming. There's going to be more projects coming up on these streams, and you guys are watching something really great starting to be made right in front of you. I think people don't actually realize what the ice that we're breaking right now with these super streams, with Cappy today, and some of the projects that you guys are going to be hearing about. There's a lot more great projects that are going to be pulling up. I think Mr. Holds dropped down again, so you know what, we might just bring up Cappy today. Hopefully they're ready. And if you got any more projects in the back end, let me see if Mr. Holds is ready. I want to give him this opportunity to see if he's ready to go, see what it sounds like. How's that, bro?
Got you loud and clear. It seems like
Let's
when you
go.
dropped the last two speakers, it cut out my audio for some reason. So I'm here. I rejoined. We're good to go.
It's all good. We're making it happen regardless, man. This space will test you in every way possible. I mean, it's going to test you with your tech. You know what's funny? Before I started the stream, I did some tests, and I'm so glad that I did a little bit sooner, because when I was doing those tests, I was like, oh, look at that. Nothing's actually working right now. Go figure that actually nothing's working. I mean, everything was just crashing. I was like, well, I'm glad I'm here a little bit early. And let me get some of this stuff ready for us so we can show your amazing project that I do want to talk about. We got Veteran Token right here. Mr. Holds, you're absolutely amazing. We've been rocking with you. You're a real one. And that's what we want to do: support real projects, support real communities. It's not always about price goes up, price goes down. It's the movement behind it. And this is Veteran Token. I'm coming from a real veteran, and we do appreciate your service. Everybody here on the channel, you're a real one for everything that you do. And this is why this project is something that I'm bullish on, because I know that there's some passion behind this, that the days that are slow, you're not going to stop being a veteran because the day's slow. You know, you're not going to stop being a veteran because, oh, today I woke up a little bit tired, that I didn't get enough sleep. Mr. Holt is always going to be a veteran. So, of course, this is a project that he's always going to keep pushing for and working hard for, But Mr. Holtz, for those who don't know, a little bit background about yourself, why you're so bullish on this project, why you created this project, and where do you want to see this project go, man? Because I think a lot of people are really interested in hearing what you got going on right here, brother.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks, Rico. Thanks for having this platform for all these awesome projects to come up and talk about. I appreciate you. Like you said, I'm a disabled veteran. The reason I'm doing this is because I've seen a lot of other vets out there that are suffering. My disability is manageable. So I want to do what I can to give back. And it's not take an hour out of my day here, an hour out of my day there, and go actually help somebody. It's creating this project, something that is scalable. There is no limit to where this can go. So we can affect millions of veterans, not just here in the US where I am, but around the world. So there's so many people out there that are suffering that need our help. And the Veteran Token allows us to do that. I've created a 501c3 called the Heroes Alliance. And a lot of people say that they support veterans, but I don't know how many of those people actually do something to support them. So I made it easy for everybody, for anybody to donate to help a veteran. Anything that is donated goes to the project, goes to the veterans. There's been a lot going on. We just celebrated our 1-year anniversary. So yay to that. A lot of projects don't last more than a few months, but the narrative here is pretty bulletproof. I haven't found anybody that can pick it apart. First and foremost, we donate to veterans, veteran charities that go directly to veterans. The charities that we donate to has to have at least a 90% efficiency. So the funds that we donate to them has to go to the veterans. The other thing is they have to accept crypto because we want to keep everything on the blockchain, everything transparent. Secondary to that initial utility is it's a reward token. Hold more tokens, get rewarded. It's simple. So if you don't have a bag yet, obviously everybody says not financial advice, but to me, it makes sense. Buy a bag, hold. It's a win-win.
Yeah. I think that you're going to win regardless, bro. Like I said, you're never going to stop being a veteran. You're not going to have a long day and be like, oh, you know what? I'm going to hang up my veteran. It's like, that's it. You're here to stay for the long term. And I'll be honest with you, even like when it comes to like, and I wear my heart on my, like, even with like XPX, whether we do this or not, somebody else is going to do this. It should come from somebody who's actually passionate. Like you said, where the majority of this is going to the right people, where, we know where it's not the same gatekeepers and the same people from before, because whether we do this or not, I believe that there's going to be a time where everybody, you're going to see commercials on TV that's going to have a QR code for people to send in crypto to help out veterans and stuff like that. The fact that you're doing it now, these are the people that we want to support, because we know that the space is going to move in that direction. They're not going to miss out on what's going on right here. But supporting a real veteran and somebody who's actually passionate about, helping the actual people, I think it's super important. And we should also protect our space for those who care about Web3 to actually support where this brings good reputation to our space. If Mr. Holt does everything that he says he's going to do, and it's a real veteran token supporting real veterans, I mean, is that not what we want for Web3? We're always in these spaces and we're always saying, like, we want real projects, we want to support real people. Well, this is part of the reason behind these super streams. It's like, I'm bringing you guys to real projects, to real people, where you guys can potentially support them and where it can make a difference in the space, man. So I'm very bullish on Veteran Token. We got Veteran Token also listed on the merch store on justshopcrypto.com. You guys can go get that merch. That's going to be going to them. We want to make sure that we're doing the right thing by them as well. But I think that this is a long-term project. There's never going to be a moment where the bull run bear market, like, the veterans disappear when there's a bear market? Does helping people out disappear when the markets are not doing good? No, it doesn't disappear. People still need help. Veterans still need assistance, whether the market's green, whether the market's red. This is a very strong narrative that it's going to be strong no matter what.
Absolutely. Yeah. Whether we are doing work or not, they're still there in need. And if they're not getting the help from the government or whatever sources that say that they are supporting them, we can't stop. We have to do our part to give back. I'm starting this project. Well, I started a year ago, but I'm continuing with this project because they need our help. Do something bigger than yourself. Donate, buy the token and hold. At least you can walk the walk. I've made it so easy for you guys to walk the walk and say and support your words when you say you support veterans. It all goes to the veterans. So actually, speaking of that, our 1-year anniversary, I launched a little campaign called the Loyalty Ladder. For the month of January, which is little under 24 hours left. If you buy a bag and hold, I will send you airdrops of vet tokens every month for 1 year. Starts out a 5% bonus, works its way up to 10, it caps at 10%. But if you buy and hold for a year, that's 105% bonus you're going to get on your investment. That's a win-win too. I filed our annual report for the Heroes Alliance to keep our 501c3 nonprofit valid and registered. That's with Washington State. Also filed the IRS tax forms for the Heroes Alliance. I am currently looking up and going to be applying for a grant through the Heroes Alliance. That is going to bring outside money into the project. Those funds are going to get decided on how they are used through our vet DAO. I have a couple members in the DAO right now. We are contemplating exactly how to split that up, but the majority of it is going to more donations to the veterans. Some of it will be used for the project to advance it. We got a lot going on in the background. I wish I could tell you everything. Let's see, what else did we do? Oh, I did speak with Kendu Unleashed. We got a little promotional skateboard maybe being designed. I'm waiting to hear back about that one. That's pretty bullish. I skated for about 8 or 10 years back when I was a teenager and absolutely loved it. Still got my board. Can't wait to pick up one of those Kendu Unleashed boards. Can't wait to see the design. I'll reveal it to everybody as soon as it's ready.
That's awesome.
Got my my Moon Rock in the mail today. Can't wait to try it. Oh my gosh. It's awesome.
Yeah, that's what's awesome, man. Is like what we're doing is like we're finding the people that no matter what the markets are going on, that we're just going to keep pushing forward. And I want, a lot of people try to gatekeep and all this stuff, but it's like, bro, we're not all going to be doing the same thing. Like I'm not planning on doing any spices right now. I'm not planning on doing any skateboards. We got those guys that do that, right? Why not help them out and see how we can do that? You're taking care of this stuff right here with the veteran. It's like sometimes because of the PvP space, and the spaces, it stifles our growth to be able to cross-pollinate and be like, you know what, can you make a board for me? And that's what I really want. I want us to get past that PvP mentality. And I understand people are going to still have that no matter what on the charts and how they operate, on these spaces. But as far as like the way that we network, and if you're going to be business oriented, this is how stuff gets done. It's like, this is how I get a lot of things done. I don't know it all. I'm not going to sit up here and pretend like I know everything, but you know what? I know how to network. And if I don't know something, I'll find the person who does know it. And if that person doesn't know it, then we'll figure it out together until we know how to do the thing that we want to do. And it comes from, why would you try to figure all that out when we already got Kendu Unleash that has the connection to be able to do that, right? And that's what this space is supposed to be founded on. That's what we're supposed to be doing. And that's what I want. I don't want to only say these things and constantly be in spaces hearing about these things. This is me kind of putting that action behind it and seeing like, those real projects that actually want to walk the walk, because talk is cheap, man. I mean, that's why I get exhausted from it, because it's so cheap. That is like, oh my God, it's like, I need to see somebody walking it. Let me see the hard stuff, man. That's the type of way that I have to move. Otherwise, I just don't feel comfortable with certain things. So, I love to see that you are doing that. I can't wait to promote that and to see all of that flourishing. To me, those are small clues that they don't show up on the chart. But to me, those are things that prove to me that people are going to make it, man, because you know what? Maybe you're freezing your butt off and you don't know how to start a fire, but the person next to you might. But if you cut everybody off and you have this PvP mentality, you're going to starve to death, man. You're not always going to be the winner. You have to surround yourself with the right people. And that's what we're doing with these super streams. And obviously a great project like yourself, the Veteran Token, collaborating with everybody. That's what I truly want from everybody.
Awesome. Yeah. And I want to take it a step further. A lot of projects that people invest in, they tank. They get rugged, they get whatever. The holders will hold till the very last minute, and their investment's worth almost nothing. So a friend of mine and I had this idea: how do we honor other good projects that really just ended up fizzling out? What we came up with is, how can we honor those holders and give value to them for their investment that is really worth nothing? Also boosting vet. If you can bring those two together and give them value, boost vet, and move forward, it's kind of a good idea, don't you think?
Yeah.
So we're working on something pretty big right now. I'm not going to say any more. That's the most I've explained anywhere. We
That's
got something
good.
big coming.
That's good. And you know what? Save that, because like I said, this is just the beginning of something great with these super streams. And I don't want you guys to miss out on these. And we're always going to have something cool, new projects coming up. If you guys are a project developer out there, if you guys are, you know, somebody that's interested in getting more exposure on your project, send me a DM, and we're doing some great things right here as far as like, you know, getting that exposure. And Veteran Token, also, I'm not sure if you're listening on Cappy today, but if you can, you know, I'm going to share this link with you. Definitely get your project on here, you know, get that cross-pollination. Something's building over here. And this is why we're kind of going to actually bring them up as well next after you. But no, save that, man. Save that alpha. You know that you're listed on justshopcrypto.com. Let me bring up your guys' merch as well. If you guys can come over here, support this merch as well from Veteran Token. You guys always have access to these streams. So next time when you have some more alpha and some more things to talk about, for sure, just let me know. So like that, we can get you guys up here and drop that alpha for the whole space. If you guys are rocking, you guys want to support some veterans, definitely come over here, get the drip, go to, or just buy some of the token as well. Do some donations. I actually have some alpha that we have to talk about as well, because, you know, everything that we do is pretty powerful over here. But man, shout out to you, brother. We got Cappy today next. I'm going to show what you guys, your merch right here. But if you got any last words to your community, maybe some listeners that are probably looking to jump on board. And I think everybody who's listening right now that you know there's some more alpha coming around the table, this is definitely undervalued, because there's some news that's going to be coming around that's going back to this project. And like I said, he's a veteran when it's raining outside. He's a veteran when it's daytime, when it's nighttime, when he wakes up and his back is hurting. He's still a veteran. This is not going to go nowhere. These are the type of people that you want to support, that no matter what the markets are doing, they're always going to be building and moving forward for your guys' bag. And he's dedicated. He has a reason to be passionate about this. This is not something that he's going to be like, oh, you know what, I'm too tired to be the veteran today. No, he's always going to be pushing this thing. So shout out to you, bro. Any last words to your community that are listening, or maybe some people that are looking to, you know, pull the trigger and jump on board with this Veteran Token? What do you have for them?
Yeah, just real quick. I just want to make a promise to everybody that I'm here every day. I'm grinding every day for this project because the vets out there need our help. There's no excuse. There's no failure of mission. I'm out here all the time doing what I can to advance the project and scale this up, because it's unlimited to what we can do. So yeah, I'm building in the background. I'm pushing this project. I'm collaborating with a lot of people. Your support would be greatly appreciated.
Awesome, brother. Awesome. You're a real one in the space. I'm looking forward to seeing you guys continuously build. I know you're not going to go nowhere. Let's keep pushing this thing, and you will have your moment, man. This is going on across the board where everything's being tested. And as a veteran, you guys have passed every test that you've been through before. This is just going to be another one, another medal on your shirt that you pass this test as well. And I'm looking forward to seeing your overall success of this project and the real impact that it's going to bring. And it's going to be undeniable that it should be. You know, it's a good thing to hold this project. So thank you so much, Holds. You're a real one. I see you in spaces. I see you everywhere. I can't wait to see you listed on Cappy today, which we're going to bring up next. And yeah, we wish you nothing but the best, bro. We're going to be right behind you all the way.
All right. Thanks, Rico. Appreciate you and everybody else that's stepping up.
It's a pleasure, man. It's easy, man. You're a real one, brother. Man, thank you guys so much, man. We got the Veteran Token that just pulled up. If you guys, like I said, just go over there, support real projects. Whether we do this or not, this is going to be part of the space. I'm letting you guys know this right now. You guys can either support the real ones at a low cap gem, or wait till the Red Cross and the Blue Shield come up in here and other, charity stuff come in and do it anyways, because that's just what's going to happen, man. And if you guys are listening right now and you guys are a project and you're like, man, I wish I would have got in on this super stream. I didn't know this was going to go on, where there's going to be, over 1,200 people listening, and where I was going to be able to show my project. Send me a DM, man. I'm making it super easy. There's no red tape. There's no barbed wire that you got to crawl under. I want this cross-pollination to happen, okay? There's a private Telegram with some serious developers in there that if you're a project or a CTO team, like, to be inside of that group with all those networks and connection, I mean, that is valuable by itself, even before you even join the stream. Like that Telegram is filling up with some heavy hitters in there, and we're going to continue to make some things happen. Another project that just came onto the scene making things happen is this Cappy Today, and we're going to hear all about it right now on the stream. I appreciate everybody being super patient. We also got another project. Yuki, I think, is going to come up and talk for a project as well. Get your communities ready, and we're going to have a lot of fun. And if you guys are not listed on this yet, we got XPX listed on this, Kendu's listed on this. A lot of the projects that you're hearing are already listed on this, so make sure that you guys get listed on this for sure, and don't miss out on this. But Cappy Today, welcome to the stream. How are you doing?
Hello. Can you hear me?
Yes, loud and clear.
Yeah, I'm doing good. How are you? I was
I'm doing
listening
fantastic.
I was listening to all the projects. Shout out to all the communities who are building here, Kendu especially. Glad to be here.
Well, we're really glad to have you, brother, and somebody who's willing to come up and speak for the product and services that you guys are providing. And honestly, these products and services already took the space by storm. And then I send you a DM. It's like, this is perfect for projects that get listed on this, to also have this access to come on some of these super streams. And, we're not making it hard for everybody to get listed, but, or to get on these super streams. But for those who don't know a little bit about your background, why you're so bullish on Cappy Today, what made you start this Cappy Today, where it's at, and where do you plan to take this thing all the way, man? We're going to have a lot of fun with what you got going on. And then we got Yuki up next. Some of the projects that are listed on your platform are looking to come up on this super stream, but let's have some fun. Let's let them know what this is all about, a little bit about yourself and why you wanted to do this.
Yeah, absolutely. So me and my co-founder, Captain, so we've been, I think we got invested in crypto in 2020, around about that time. So we invested in a lot of big projects like ADA, Multiverse X, and a lot of altcoins, including Bitcoin, of course. And through the journey, we come to realize what's happening with these tokens, and the community is the biggest thing that's gonna be for a token. And then we've been talking about a lot about building something, but ideas did not work out. And then we just thought, okay, let's build something for communities, but it has to be something that can bring smaller projects value. So that's why we started to build Cappy Today. It started as a simple listing site. Just you can compare a market cap, very simple stuff. And then we started to improve, and we are still working on improving and providing value to these smaller communities. And yeah, our vision is to, or our aim is to, give visibility and recognition and the resources for these communities to work on, because it's very hard when you're a smaller token to get recognized.
Mm-hmm.
So if you want me to speak about the meme coin cycle, I could also speak about it. But so if you I don't know if you're very familiar with how Pump Fund life cycle is. So usually a token comes on Pump Fund, and then you get listed on Dex Screener, which is the most important thing, I would say, for a smaller token. That's the first place they could get visibility or share a link. You had to pay $300 to update a profile picture. That's it. And then a lot of people on Axiom they trade, but they are waiting for the DEX paid status. I don't know if you know what it means.
What does that mean exactly for those who don't know?
So you just pay for Dex Screener to get it boosted. There are many ways you could do it, but they just call it DEX paid. Everybody knows when it's called DEX paid. You could also boost, of course. And then DEX has different events. It's paid, boosted, etc., etc. So the first thing, when these pump and dumps come to DEX Screener, they trade on Axiom Trade and they're waiting for DEX paid. And there is a website for that. It is called CheckDEX. We also have a tool. You can check this DEX status right there. Yeah. So you can just add a contract of any token and just call DEX status, and it should give if it's paid or not. So CheckDEX is the biggest tool or the most known tool, and we built a faster version of that. So because we wanted to bring every token onto the platform, everybody onto the platform. And then we have some other tools like tier list, which you guys could use, of course, especially I think in a lot of YouTube streams, people use a tier list. I don't know if you are using them, but yeah. So these are just extra tools that we built. But the idea is if you go to a coin, just to a profile of a coin, let's say XPX, if you just go to XPX, so you could see down on the left side of the page, well, for XPX, we don't have it, but usually you have DEX status events as well. Because you could also say, oh, it was boosted, the name was updated on DEX Screener, and you could also select a coin and compare right there in the profile. If you see the compare, you could compare with Bitcoin or ETH or Solana or BSC right there, up there, yeah. Which is a very nice tool for content. And Capi Today was designed thinking a lot about the content for content creators to share their content easily without doing too much editing. That's the idea we have come up with, just to give easy content for users or just content creators, which will help the projects as well, of course. What
No,
else?
I think this is good, bro. I think this is what it's all about. It's you know, it can't always be about chart goes up, chart goes down. It has to be about building the community, because they're going to be the ones who hold it down. So giving them tools to be able to use, it's important. If you're not giving your community no tools to be able to, like you said, use the compare tool to be able to market things, or you know, that's all these tools are things that people can make a post about, and you know, you got to give your community good tools to use so they can entice other people to come in, but not just the communities, but also the developers that are trying to get more eyes on their project, getting listed on here. And I noticed that I don't know if that was your first space, or is there going to be more spaces, or is this like a scheduled space that you guys are having once a week, once a month, or what's the deal with that?
We are planning to do every 2 weeks, like a meme coin launch, just to bring all the projects there, like anything we get listed, for example. From that was our first space, so yeah, I'm just new to speaking out, so yeah, it will get better as we go, I guess. And from now onwards, I think we'll only have about 5 to 6 tokens at one time. One more thing I want to add, we have this voting dashboard. If you come here, if you vote, if you can click view more on these top communities, on the section, yeah, it will take you to the voting dashboard. So this is designed so every day you can come here, vote, and there is a chart. There is a bubble map. You can see which communities are voting, which means you can see which communities are active. And I actually post twice a week on Reddit because we have a subreddit, about 2K members there. But I cross post to all of these meme coin subreddits. That gets a lot of views actually. If you're building, and if you're building for the future, this will hit the SEO first when the wave comes later, when the newbies comes later, when they do a Google search. Reddit is the place that's gonna get a hit first, not Twitter. It is good. I love Twitter and it works, yes. But if you want SEO, that's the first place that's gonna go. So that's why we are posting there. And twice a week, I post on Reddit all these communities that is active on this chart. So
Awesome.
that's something that we give additionally to our community who are voting and showing up.
That's awesome. I say this all the time when it comes to like Reddit. Is like when you Google something, the first thing that pops up is Reddit. Like a lot of our, the reason XPX has done over 6 figures in paid orders is because, when you Reddit crypto Visa cards or crypto MasterCards, what's going to pop up is a bunch of Reddit pages on how to do this and how to navigate. And that's where we've been, and where, we like to attack Reddit. So like, if you guys are listening, you guys are kind of getting some alpha, and I think it's pretty cool. That's a nice little tool and a nice little treat that if you guys are trending on Cappy today and you guys are one of those projects, you guys are going to be mentioned on one of these subreddits that have over 2,000 people up in there. So that, to me, that's super huge right there, because I personally know that, some of our best investors, which all of our investors are absolutely amazing, but some of our biggest card users are from Reddit. A lot of people from different countries, people in Costa Rica that use our bill payments. We got people from all around the world, and a lot of those people that are that need our because it's not just like crypto degens just like trying to figure out how to off ramp some money really quick, but a lot of the people that actually need our utility, like, some people that I know specifically in Costa Rica that, I remember when stuff went down, they were hitting me up like if it was the end of the world, like, I need this, what happened? I was like, hey, the systems are down, but you can see like when people are really needing something and they're looking on a way to how to use it, they're on Reddit. So the fact that you're actually providing that and giving, projects that are just listing and those active, bullish communities that exposure on Reddit, I think is super, super important, really cool.
100%. One more thing I want to add, like if you see the dashboards, we recently added a user dashboard as well, apart from these chain dashboards, where you can create your own dashboard. Actually, you can add your own tokens, and you have multiple visuals of these like tree maps, bubble maps, just tables, just for your own tokens. And we are adding more stuff. It's just in beta right now. If you can go there, you can see a simple view of this. So you can create your own widgets here. So you create your own dashboard and you could just share it. That's the idea. Of course, the view is gonna get better. It's just beta. So yeah, we're just building every day. If you have any cool features, we probably gonna build that too. So yeah, that's what we're doing at Cappy today, giving exposure to smaller communities to have their say.
Awesome, bro. I really do think that you're onto something. We already seen a lot of hype around what you guys did, and that space was a great success, man. For that being your first space, and with the madam that was there with you, I think that you guys are onto something. I would not stop and keep on pushing on this. And we're looking to continue to invite projects that get listed on Cappy today and actually want to use some of these tools that, you guys also getting listed on here. It gives you a lot of access to come onto these super streams, because we know that this is true, man. We want these communities to have the right tools, and we want you guys to win. That's kind of the reason behind even these super streams, is so you guys can use this content as tools to promote everywhere, whether you're promoting on, social media platforms, whether you're getting your community to vote right here on Cappy today. These are all tools that we need to use. So this engine is firing on all cylinders. So for And I know we got Yuki up next. I see them queued up. It's another project that's actually listed on here. Let me look them up really quick. For any projects that are looking to get listed on here, who, you know, what are some of the things that they would have to do? How hard is it, you know, for some of the projects that are maybe listening right now? And they're like, oh, I'm not listed on here. What am I doing? How do I get listed on here? How hard is it to get listed on here? And what are the recommendations?
It's very easy, actually. There is a get listed button up top. You could list as a community member, which if you want to say completely anon, you could list as a team member if you're a team member, because you'll get a official email, and you'll have to submit the email, of course, just to get the email. So the only difference is you will have to log in if you are planning to list as a team member. But if you're listing as a community member, it's a Google Sheet, just easy as an anon, just submit it and we'll take care of the rest.
Awesome, man. I'm going to send more projects your way. You know, you send some more projects like this so they know that they're getting that extra exposure. I think it's great cross-pollination. Let's fill this up. If you guys are listening, if you guys have been rocking on my channel, if you guys are some projects that have pulled up before, definitely come over here and get listed. It's going to be real easy for me to find your communities that are engaging, you know, especially when I'm doing some of my live streams that are not super streams, because we stream almost every day, maybe every other day, depending how busy things are as far as development with XPX on the back end. But, you know, this is a great way where I'm going to be checking out this site and I'm going to be looking for top communities. So if you guys are listening right now, the OG Brett, the Crow with Knife, the Wally, the Yepe, the Pepe, whoever you might be, you know, get listed on this, because I'll be covering this on my live streams, and where I'll be checking out what community is making the most noise and see what you guys got going on your X. And this is the type of stuff that we want to support and help push forward. So shout out to you, brother. And I'm looking forward to seeing you continue to grow. If you guys can come over here and give them a follow at Cappy today, make sure you guys don't miss out. I'm gonna share this link for you guys. And yeah, man, it was really a pleasure to have you up. I'm looking forward to seeing more projects get listed and more projects that we can cover on these live streams, brother.
Thank you, Rico. Thank you. See you very soon, I would say, when we have some new features.
Yeah, absolutely, man. You're always welcome to come up in here and where we can show off these features. I think this is what's important about these live streams that we're doing. And these super streams is kind of the method behind my madness is to and on a space, you can't show this off. We can't look at your dashboard on the space, but right here we can. And I want to be able to show this stuff off and show these projects. So whenever these features roll out and whenever you got more alpha, please pull up so these projects can see exactly the tools that you guys are providing, and they can see exactly how they can use them for their projects moving forward.
Yeah, thank you. I just want to add something more. Mello want to pop up from Co. I think you know him, Mello Hart.
Okay.
From Crow with Knife, but I don't know if it's here already. Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
Have him queue up. We'll see if he makes it in time. We got Yuki next. I'm going to talk about a little bit of some XPX. We got some massive things coming up right around the corner. So let's have him queue up. You guys can send him the link to the private group and see if we can get him up in here, have him queued up and ready. And maybe after Yuki or after XPX, he'll be ready to go. And, you know, we can talk about Crow with Knife and see what's going on with them over there.
Absolutely.
All right, man. You have a good one. It was truly a pleasure, man. Make sure you guys come over here, get your accounts ready. And I'm looking forward to learning a lot more from you guys and seeing some of the alpha come moving forward. But we got the next project that we're going to talk about, man. This super stream is really a super stream. That's a cute name, super stream. How adorable is that? We're doing something super together, man. And I want to bring all these great projects together, all these great communities. I don't care what the market's doing. You know, a lot of KOLs, YouTubers are going to make it hard for your guys' communities to get this type of level of exposure. I'm making it very easy. If you're a developer out there listening, if you're a community leader of some kind of CTO or whatever, and you guys want that community to get excited that you guys are on YouTube broadcasts or X broadcasts, come over here, send me a DM so you can join that private TG, which really has some real chads and chadettes in there. Some people with really, really strong connections that you guys don't want to miss out on. And yeah, we're going to bring up Yuki next. This is a project on base. And I don't know much about this one, so we're going to learn a lot more about this one. Let's see if we bring up the right one. Yuki, how you doing? How you doing today? Let's do a little test to make sure you can hear me and I can hear you loud and clear. All right, let me bring up the other one. Maybe it's this one. How about this one?
This is it. Hey, can you hear me, Rico?
Yes, loud and clear, brother. How you doing?
Hey, man, I'm doing good. How you doing, bro?
Doing fantastic, man. Just lit seeing everybody pull up. I'm so excited for, all the new communities we're learning about, and I'm looking forward to learning more about, what you got going on with Yuki.
Yeah, definitely, man. I apologize, first of all, because I can't, for some reason, figure out how to show my face up in here, but I got my voice, so I guess that's what matters. But I want to say, number one, thank you to you, Rico. Yesterday was the nice spaces with Cappy today, and we've gained some real good traction with that spaces. And to be up in here, I didn't know if I was going to be able to make it. I'm a high school teacher and track coach, and my schedule's crazy. And I'm like, I don't know. But I got to be able to squeeze in some time here. I'm really happy to be here and just want to say thank you for doing this. This is super cool. We're a new community and we're really trying to build up organically, and stuff like this is how you do it. So thank you, man.
100%, man. And for those who don't know, man, I just bumped into you guys and I saw something I thought was a pretty cool space. And, there's a lot of people that I know that listen to my channel that they are bullish on the base. So it's nice that we're bringing some Solana flavor, some B&B flavor, and now some base flavor to the space. But for those who don't know about Yuki, or maybe a little bit about yourself that you want to go ahead and let people find out about, can you break down how Yuki started, where Yuki's at, and where do you plan on taking this project, and how far is it going to go?
Definitely, man. So really, this started a while back. I'll tell everyone in the space, I'm probably one of the more relatively new people to crypto in here. I haven't been in it more than a little over like 13, 14 months. And for me, I really got invested in my first meme through Toshi. And if you don't know Toshi, you should check out the Blue Cat. Toshi is the #1 cat coin by market cap, and it's been #1 for a while. They are amazing. They put out awesome art. They got a great team, great group of devs, and they launched a launch pad in maybe late. No, I was gonna say maybe early summer last year, and through that launch pad, it's called Toshi Mart. They've put out some decent coins, but one really has had some good success. Moto, that's the black cat, but it's been stagnant a little bit, probably because of the market. But I met a couple other guys through the Toshi community, and we formed an awesome team together. And we wanted to do something to boost the Toshi Mart flywheel. With the flywheel, all the coins that are part of Toshi Mart, they boost each other. And it's really cool to be a part of that. We've got a blue cat in Toshi, you got the black cat in Moto, and you got the white cat in Yuki. So for us, when we started, really, we all got together through Reddit. It's kind of funny that you bring that up, Rico. Reddit is such a powerful place. And I was able to meet some awesome Toshi Chads on Reddit, and we kind of became buddies and friends. And through that, we kind of started Yuki. And when we initially started Yuki, believe it or not, we actually had him in whitewashed jeans and a black t-shirt looking jacked. And we thought, we got to figure out a way to make this a little bit closer to Japanese culture. And one of our teammates, I think he's on here, Gavin, he suggested the idea of dressing Yuki in more traditional Japanese attire. So we gave him a green kimono, and he is what you see now. As far as the name goes, we wanted to come up with a good ticker, 2 syllables, something punchy, and something people could remember. And when we knew we wanted to come up with a white cat, we started looking up names, and I found Yuki almost right away. And it's a real cool name. Depending on the kanji, it has a lot of different translations. The #1 kanji is snow. So you see a lot of people over in Japan that have white cats that name their cat Yuki. And it has a lot of lore in that way. But the other kanjis are pretty cool too. It means good fortune, which is always good in crypto, right? And it also means courage and bravery. So for us, we try to embody those translations in our art. Our cat is definitely more serious, and I know memes should be funny, but we have fun too. But we also try to follow the samurai way with our character. When you look at our character, you're going to see a lot of things that embody the samurai culture. When you go to our X page, most of our posts are going to be more serious in nature, but they're going to be positive. They're going to be things that are uplifting and optimistic and trying to get people to realize that ultimately you run the day. It's more than just a meme to us. It's about giving people something that they can be inspired by, something they can be happy with, something they can look at and feel like, I agree, I like that. I can get down with that. So we like to make Yuki move. I see you going through our page. We love to make GIFs. But our big thing that most people tell us is we have amazing artwork. We have 4 team members in the art department that are absolutely cooking all day, myself included. We love putting out cool content, and we're just getting better every day. So for us, we launched back in November. We've come pretty far so far according to our standards, especially because we want to do things organically. A little while ago, we launched, like I said, in November, and we ran up to about a 900,000 market cap, just under $1 million. We think that we're going to be booming up here real soon. With the markets down, obviously, we can't control it. What we can control is what we do every day, what we bring to the table. We aim to post 3 fresh new art pieces every single day, and we've done that since our launch. And whether it's a GIF, a video, just a piece of art, we're going to constantly be putting out content. So for us, again, it's about engaging with our community through cool content, making sure that we're constantly showing up the samurai way. But, you know, for us, I'd also say it's fun. We want to make sure that we have fun with it. We keep it fresh because that's what's going to keep us around long term.
Absolutely, man. I do like the cat. I like that there's some lore behind it, some meaning behind it. That's always good. And who doesn't want, like you said, some good fortune, man? I want some of that good juju coming my way with some Yuki. I mean, it's definitely a low cap gem. I mean, very like healthy looking chart, still holding very well together with, you know, everybody being tested in the market, whether you're on Base, BNB, Solana, it doesn't matter where you're at. You know, everybody's being tested. You know, BTC is being tested, Solana's being tested. It doesn't matter where you're at. So, you know, having people who are willing to pull up and, you know, go to spaces, come to super streams, you know, continue to post, you know, new content every single day, really shows that this is undervalued right now. When the markets turn around, these are the projects that you're going to wish that you found, you know, on a discount, on a dip. Before they break out, because you guys, like you said, you haven't even done like the crazy breakout, like over $1 million market cap. So, you know, these are the ones that turn into life-changing money, kind of, in a sense, right? I know we say the cliche, not financial advice, all that good stuff, but honestly, a lot of the times that I won, it was like finding some of the plays like this. I only put in when I was willing to lose. You know, it wasn't even over $5 million market cap, and then it just sent really, really hard, right? But I was just putting that a little bit of money in there that I know that I don't have to stress out about. And I think base plays, the Coinbase plays right now are very powerful. I think people are sleeping on the fact that you guys can buy these on Coinbase now, right?
Yes, and you know, you're totally right, man. Like, people are sleeping on Base, and with Toshi being the #1 cat coin, and I'll say this, I'm here for Yuki, but ultimately we are going to thrive when Yuki thrives. Toshi is Coinbase's 3rd largest holding of any coin. They own like over $60 million worth of Toshi. It's absolutely nuts. So when that #1 cat coin in the market goes crazy and we're part of that flywheel ecosystem, what do you expect is going to happen? You know, we show up, we don't take days off. People are going to want something, like you said, that they can rotate into, that they feel they can make something, you know, life-changing with. And again, I can't control the price action. I am not going to give financial advice to people, but what I will say is we're here for long term. You've probably heard every builder say that, and some are full of it, but you know, ultimately our work is going to speak volumes. We not only show up every day, we have spaces twice a week: on Wednesday, 5 p.m. Central Standard, Sunday, 9 a.m. Central Standard. We engage with our community, man. I just got off an hour-long conversation with one of our community members. If you look on our page this morning, you'll see we posted a GIF up of Yuki in a hot tub, man. That art was made by one of our community members, and I made it into a GIF for him. You know, we love our community, and our roadmap runs through our community. So for us, it's about giving back, building together. You know, like for our devs, like we want to see everyone win, you know, and we got long-term visions that involve things that a lot of other projects have, like NFTs, you know, things like that. But we have other things too that we know are going to separate us from the pack, and we're not in a rush. We aren't looking at this like we got to get it done in 6 months. We're going to get it done when we get it done, and we're going to be around, and we don't care what anyone thinks. We can't control the price action. What we can control is what we do on a daily basis, and we will show up.
Very nice. And I absolutely love it. I think that you guys are a low cap gem. I think that people are sleeping on the whole narrative that, you know, there's going to be a moment where every time I've onboarded, I live here in the States, anytime I've ever onboarded somebody into crypto, it's always been through Coinbase. And there's going to be a moment when retail and the normies really adopt this stuff, and it's going to be an overwhelming amount of volume that comes in. They're going to be looking for not the ones that already exploded and took off, but the ones that have been building and being consistent no matter what the market cap. But when they find these low cap gems and retail really comes onto Coinbase, and now, you know, you can buy these on Coinbase, I think that there's some undervalue there that people are not realizing. This thing's sitting at, you know, 200K market cap right now. Just a simple break over its all-time high can really ignite some things and can even get trending on a Coinbase wallet and really get a lot of people's attention. So I think that this is a great play right now. I think that, you know, you pulling up and doing the spaces, especially coming up to the super stream, really speaks volume. But I think there's a lot of stuff that I want to find a really good cat base play, because I know that if I can park some money there and then long term, eventually, like I've always said, the most I've ever onboarded people was through Coinbase. There's going to be a moment where, just like there was never internet in everybody's house, there's going to be a moment where there's crypto in everybody's house. Right now, not everybody's house has cryptocurrency in it. There was a moment where not everybody's house had a desktop and not everybody's house had dial-up internet. But best believe that there's going to be a moment where this is just part of everybody's life, this cryptocurrency thing, and every household will have at least one person in there that owns cryptocurrency. And a lot of these people in the United States, they're going to find their way onto Coinbase, and they're most likely going to get exposure to meme coins. And why not it be a project like this, low cap gem, amazing art, some lore behind it, and people who are dedicated to pulling up every single day to push this thing, you know, as far as it can be pushed.
Yeah, man. And you know, one thing I'll add to that too, that to me is extremely exciting, makes me really pumped. When we went up to that 900K market cap, you want to know what Toshi was doing? Nothing. It was sitting stagnant, and we ran. So when I tell you, when they run, we're going to go crazy. We got someone in our community, one of our devs, who's been in the meme game for about 7 years now, and he's seen a lot of things in multiple cycles. And, you know, obviously, who knows? But he thinks that once we start really cooking, and once this cycle starts cooking itself, you know, he could see us potentially being at not market cap, but price action about 3 to 4 times what Toshi is. And if that happens, like you said, that's life-changing money. It's not financial advice. It's just, you know, you got to put things in places that you feel comfortable. I'll also add this, you know, our DMs are always open for people that are looking at our project and they have questions, things like that. Like I told you, I was literally on the phone with someone from our community for over an hour, just talking, listening to things. Like, I can't guarantee that I can do that every day. I got a 4-year-old daughter. I got a wife. Like I said, I'm a teacher and a coach, but I make time for people because they make time for us. If people are putting in money on our project and they believe in us, I want to at least show some good faith and talk with them. So let me know. You know, it's not just on these spaces. You can show up on our spaces. We're always up. And any questions you have are ready to answer. And if we aren't, we'll get back to you. So it's transparency. We want to be there. And I love what you say. You know, I think that there's a lot of low caps, especially some in this today, that are going to take off. And it's because of the work that they're doing now, when everyone's upset, when everyone's crying. You know, the people that are grinding right now, the people that aren't giving up, the people that are showing up, they're going to be the ones that win. And it's why not everyone's going to get rich, you know, and ultimately the people that are strong, they're going to survive.
100%, man, 100%. And yeah, it's a pleasure hearing about Yuki right here. And this is the first time on the super stream, but many more to come. We want to, you know, track your guys' progress and let you know that you can always pull up. Let me know when new things are happening, you know, breakouts or just new developments, things that we can be excited about. And also letting the community know that, you know, you guys have access to things like this. Like Yuki's going to be shown a lot more, and, you know, that community should clip a lot of this stuff, remix a lot of this stuff, and post it on X, post it on TikTok. I actually have also a TikTok account that I'm going to be posting a lot of shorts after this live stream. If you guys also follow me on TikTok as well, because a lot of these projects that were showcased today, I'm going to be making clips of all this stuff, because I know the value of making these clips and posting it all over, whether it's on Reddit, whether it's on TikTok. I never want to stay stuck on one echo chamber. We got to keep pushing it out there. So, you know, we want to keep inviting projects up here, especially projects like yourself, where you guys can repurpose this content, keep your communities active with things to raid, things to show, but also things to share on different social media platforms, man. So I do want to say, if you got any last words, we got XPX Next, which I am the developer of, and we're going to be talking about some of the things that we got going on. There's no more projects really pulling up. I think this is a solid stream, over 2 hours long, almost 1,300 people live, which is absolutely amazing. But if any last words for maybe your community members or somebody sitting on the sidelines, maybe somebody ready to pull the trigger and jump on this thing, what would you say to them?
Man, I would just say to you guys that over here we lead with love. You know, there's a lot of hate, a lot of negativity up in this space. We're not that way at all. We're a community of love, and that's how we're gonna win. You know, we give back. We want to be there for the people that give back to us. And just want to say I appreciate all the people that have believed in us already. Appreciate you, Rico. Appreciate Cappy today. Ultimately, in this space, you know, it's about making connections with people. That's how you're going to move forward positively and grow. You can't do it alone. It's about being with groups of people that back each other and that have your back. They have your back. You guys achieve awesome things together. You can't do it alone. So thank you for everybody that's believed in us. We've only been around a little over a couple months. We got much more planned. One final thing, Rico, for anybody looking for some near future alpha, all I can say is that we have a 90-day unlock coming up here on February 24th, and we've got very big plans, okay? So I'll leave it at that. If anyone has any messages for me or anyone wants to reach out, find us at YukiCat Official on X. And again, Rico, man, you're awesome. This is my first time pulling up to any of these. Dude, I love listening to you. You bring a cool vibe. Just fun, man. This was really cool, and I appreciate being invited to this. Very awesome stuff, man. Thank you so much.
Thank you for pulling up. Thank you for representing your project. Thank you for, representing your community. That's what it's all about. Your community is going to love that. And we have some amazing people. I love that you say that you're leading by with some love. And yeah, we do need that in the space, man. It's very toxic, man. I get away from it. I don't play that, man. I know life is short. I've had my own personal experience that humbled me on my mortality that I don't even want to play with this. So I like to lead with love. I like to lead with a little bit of fun in my life, bring a good vibe, because life is too short, man. So, we like to separate Web3 and IRL, but we're putting our real time in this, our real dedication in this. I don't want to, look back and say, well, I was spending it around a bunch of toxic people, a bunch of bitter people. It's like, yeah, it's cool that we're going to make money and we're going to be rich. But if it was a drag and I look back and it was just like pulling teeth and stuff, I don't want it. I want to have a good time. I want to be able to look back and say, like, man, look at all the cool communities that we got to meet, and we all got to have a good time doing it, because we are making memories. We are putting our real time up in here. So it was really a pleasure to have you up here, man. Looking forward to having you up some more, some of the other projects as well. Anytime you guys got some updates, this is the place for you guys to bring them. Let me know, so your community can be excited that you guys have a YouTube channel that you guys can pull up, that you guys have a X broadcast that gets crazy numbers, that you guys can show off, that you guys are being listened to, that you guys are being heard. And that's really what I want for the space. I have no intentions of doing the cat stuff. You guys got that down packed. So why would I get in the way of that? Why would I not showcase maybe this beautiful low cap gem with a great community, great vision? And I think there's enough for everybody to win here. So I really want you guys to win. Shout out to you for pulling up, and I'm looking forward to doing more collaborations with you in the future, brother.
Thanks, man. I totally agree. Everyone here can win, man, and we will. We will. Thank you, Rico. Appreciate you so much. I hope you have an awesome Friday and even better weekend, brother.
Thank you so much, man. I'm going to do my best.
That's all you can do, right? That's all you can do.
Exactly, man. Thank you so much, man. Shout out to the Yuki community. Shout out to everybody pulling up for the Yuki movement, man. Leading with some love, man. I like the sound of that. When have we heard that? I mean, that's something nice and something different. Let's lead with a little bit of love, a little bit of compassion, a little bit of good vibes. Why not? We're going to be spending a lot of time in here. I don't want to be all toxic. That's annoying. That's old already. There's enough of that already. That's not even that creative, honestly. It's so easy to do that I think it's more creative if you can find a way to lead with love and with a good vision in the right direction. People are going to resonate with that, and they're going to rock with you long term, man. So shout out to you guys, man. Shout out to all the projects pulling up. I'm going to show my project that I launched on this amazing platform called smartdefi.com. Let me come over here to this thing right here. If you guys are interested in smart DeFi projects, why I chose the Smart DeFi platform, come over here to smartdefi.com. Come check it out. But this is the project that I launched right here on this amazing platform for many reasons that I'm going to get into right now, and very bullish reasons, especially for a project that provides off-ramp solutions, right? So we're a project that's been live for over 19 months, really doing it providing passive income for everybody, providing staking rewards that is super bullish. And we're seeing the space kind of turn into where staking is becoming more popular. People are talking about passive income a lot more. We've already been doing that for over 19 months, right? And we've been providing everybody passive income with a very healthy daily chart. If you guys look at this chart, man, there's not too many of them that look like this in crypto, and that's for good reason. You know, we say what we mean, and we mean what we say. Everything that we're going to be doing, promise made, promise kept. We've been doing that for over 19 months, and it's been really easy to do that because we launched on a really good platform that gives us really strong tokenomics, man. We got passive income. We have asset backing. And for those who don't know what asset backing is, I'm actually going to break it down for you guys really quick. Asset backing is this tool right here. You guys can check this smart contract, click on XPX, grab this logic right here, click on backing, grab this over here really quick. Let me grab this. Let's open up let's open this up. I'll show you guys. We'll just open the last sale up. It's all good. Let's open this up. And then we're going to put this contract address right there to let you guys know exactly what asset backing is. This gives you guys that baseline value of XPX always growing. XPX has close to almost 60 BNB in asset backing. Right now, over $50,000. At BNB's all-time highs, it was over $70. What does that do? You're like, okay, that's cool. You guys got asset backing, which is crazy to think that you guys have a separate pool holding over $50,000 of wrapped BNB. And what is that for? Well, it does a couple things, fam. And that's why our project is so strong. It allows us to keep building as this off-ramp solution payment rail that we are. It's this right here. What are we doing? We got this asset backing tool that provides a baseline price of XPX staying strong, getting stronger, but also a lending protocol, a lending tool that allows people to take 30-day interest-free loans on their XPX that they can then for off-ramp in the future. And that's what this space is meant to do. You know, X pays X, an electronic cash system that allows one peer to pay another peer, or maybe you're paying a merchant, whatever it might be, but you're transacting money. And that's what we're doing right here. And we have been doing that. We have multiple projects using our off-ramp solutions. We have a couple real life businesses using our off-ramp solutions, and we're going to continue to grow this thing. So I'm going to talk a little bit about the utilities that we have, but there's going to be some more coming out that's going to be extremely bullish for projects that also want to move in the way that we're moving, right? Maybe you want to do some off-ramp solutions. Maybe you want to have some of these tools and not have to go through what it costs to really roll some of this stuff out. So let's jump right into that right now. Super bullish project. Like I said, launched this over 19 months ago on smartdefi.com. We pull up every single day for this thing. What we have done is provide off-ramp solutions, not just for individuals, but for also businesses, not just in the crypto space, but also in the real world, like the limousine business that we have here in Vegas that is only going to help us to continue to grow, right? This is where crypto is going to head, fam. It's going to be fun and we're going to have a great time, but all roads lead to payments. I'm going to promise you guys this, that whether you're a meme coin millionaire, whether you're an NFT millionaire, whether you made it on some altcoins, you still got to pay your bills. Whether the market's green, whether we're in a bull market, bear market, you still got to put gas in your car. And if you plan on doing that and you're in crypto and engulfed in cryptocurrency, why would you not off-ramp your Solana, your BNB, your XRP to be able to put gas in your car, to have some use case behind your cryptocurrency? If you want to know how to do this and how to navigate to be able to do this, come over here to Crypto Bill Pay. You can either get a 100K limit MasterCard, you can get a 10K non-KYC MasterCard, which is crazy bullish, that you can off-ramp up to 10K of cryptocurrency on a non-KYC MasterCard connected to your Samsung Pay, Google Pay, Apple Pay, and much more coming soon. You guys have also some non-KYC bill payments. Like I said, no matter what the markets are doing, whether the markets are green, whether the markets are red, we have over 80,000 companies that you guys can pay bills with, right? That you guys can use your crypto to pay these bills, whether it's a water company, an electric company, your telecommunications, whether it's in Mexico, or whether it's in Costa Rica, if it's in the United States, over 80,000 companies, over 10 countries coming very soon. Right now, there's 10 listed. There's going to be more to come in the future, but over 80,000 companies that you guys can pay your bills off right now using your Solana, using your BNB, using your XRP, your Cardano, whatever it might be. These tools are here for you guys today. Another tool that we have that's super bullish during the holiday season, we saw a lot of traction, of course, because we have the non-KYC gift cards. one of which that I already used to download the game Steam, or to the Steam card to download the Arc Raiders game. So maybe you want to play some Steam games. You want to buy your girlfriend a gift. Maybe you want to buy something off of Amazon. Maybe you want to send her to Sephora. Maybe you're going to stay at an Airbnb. Maybe you're going to take this pretty lady on a cruise ship. Heck, maybe you're going to take me on a cruise ship. You guys can come over here and do this non-KYC and get some of these gift cards and use it in the real world. And using in the real world is exactly what XPX has been doing. We got countless people back to back, you know, even myself, people in Japan, people in Australia, people in the UK, around the world using our utility. All roads do lead to payments, fam. We have multiple companies, multiple projects. We have a really big announcement coming around the corner of something that I think could get a decent amount of public attention as far as them using our tool to be able to accept the cryptocurrency so they can use it in the real world for what they got going on. But if you're somebody that maybe you got somebody around you that doesn't believe in crypto, maybe they're like, you know, there's nothing that's going to come from this. You know, I never see any use case. This is it right here, fam. You guys can go ahead, use your cryptocurrency in the real world. Tap to pay, fill up your gas tank, pay somebody's bills. Prove to people that crypto has some real use case, or use the tools for XPX to help your project get further. Maybe you have a business in your project. Maybe you have a merch store. Maybe you have a company that's doing really good and you guys are accepting cryptocurrency, but you want to upgrade that business account to one that can do payroll features because your business is doing so good in the Web3 space. You got employees that are working for you and you want to be able to use a bulk send feature. You guys can do that with XPX Pay. I'm going to let you guys know whether I do this or not. You already see PayPal listed on CoinMarketCap. This is all roads leads to payments. PayPal is not listed on CoinMarketCap for a 5-year plan, for a 10-year plan. The reason that PayPal is on CMC now, and they used to be, well, like they're like top 200. Now they're like top 50. Where are they at right here? Top 30 right here. You got PayPal right here. It's because all roads are going to lead to this, fam. I know that you guys are in the casino most of the time, and you guys, you know, might not see the value in this, but you know, this is like that Amazon shipping books. You know, maybe people thought it was silly. Maybe people were like, you know, nobody's off-ramping this, that, and the third. But I'm letting you guys know right now, there's a reason why PayPal is listed on, you know, CMC, and now they're top 30 on CMC. When I first was telling you guys about this, they were top 200, then they were top 150, top 100, top 50. Now they're top 30. Why? Because this is utility that people need. Businesses and merchants want to be able to accept cryptocurrencies. People that are traveling abroad want to be able to not go to some sketchy exchange to change their money and just be able to do it from their hotel room, connect the non-KYC card to the Apple Pay, Google Pay, Samsung Pay, and right from their hotel room, be able to use their cryptocurrency in the real world. That's what it's all about. And there's a reason why this is here. And there's a reason why I've been building this out, because I know that this is a multi-cycle narrative. All roads lead to payment. Whether the market's green or red, you're always going to off-ramp your cryptocurrency, fam. So come over here, give us a follow. Come check out. This is me using the non-KYC card to support Kendu. You guys can support some of the things that other projects are doing by, you know, doing some online purchasing power with these non-KYC cards, some real world purchasing power, whatever it might be. You could be anywhere around the world. We got Akari right here. This is me, non-KYC gift card, getting Arc Raiders. Let me know if you guys are playing Arc Raiders. We also have non-KYC cards being used in Japan, which is super bullish. Shout out to Akari. Thank you so much for producing this video. It's absolutely amazing. Much love and respect to the whole community. This is what it's all about, fam. And we're really doing this. We have over 6 figures in paid orders for a reason, because we've been providing these solutions around the world, not just in Web3. I'm not gatekeeping this stuff. You don't have to hold XPX to do this. I want you guys to use these utilities. This is what it's here for. So do not miss out on a project that is, you know, making promises and keeping these promises. We've been doing it for over 19 months, doing it and doing it and doing it again. I had to. I don't know why that popped into my head, but it sure did. And we're going to keep doing it for this whole space. So we want you guys to win. Without the meme coins winning, without the NFTs winning, this doesn't work, right? We are open to business to everybody that is winning in the space, so you guys can navigate and use your crypto. If you plan to be financially free, you have to be free to spend your finances. And I don't want to just say that and then gatekeep it myself. I'm literally handing it over for you guys. So you are free to spend your finances however you choose to be. Go ahead, go try it out. Don't take my word for it. Go to xpxpay.com right now, go to Crypto Bill Pay and get you a non-KYC card that you can get in under 20 minutes. Order your girlfriend some flowers and surprise her with crypto and say, you know what? I was testing out this card. I just had a dozen roses delivered to you because I wanted to see if this card worked. Or take her out to dinner. Or you know what? Take me out to dinner for that sake and go over there and use our cards. Test it out. You guys can get this stuff in under 10 minutes and have the real world purchasing power or online purchasing power in your hands right away. This is X Pays X, where all roads do lead to this project, because we're going to keep providing some massive solutions. We got some cool things coming out right around the corner. There's going to be more announcements. There are some projects that are currently testing out some tools that we have that we're going to be releasing very soon. And I don't want you guys to miss out. And this is kind of the stuff that I've always wanted. I wanted to be able to hand these tools over that even while XPX community or us were sleeping, catching some Z's, that a lot of things are going to be powered by XPX, because why would you go out and try to build all this stuff when you can just use it right now? So if you plan to navigate the crypto space, or your community plans to navigate the crypto space, come over here to xpxpay.com. If you got a business that's doing great in cryptocurrency, and you want to be able to pay your employees in crypto and do one bulk send and send it to everybody, and then those employees can choose to either off-ramp it on a MasterCard, non-KYC MasterCard, or whatever it might be, come over here to XPX. We want you guys to grow. We want you to be successful, because we believe that we're open for business, and your guys' wins are our wins, right? This is a true WAGMI movement. And of course, we want you guys to win. So come over here, give us a follow at XPX Token. If you're looking for a project that has longevity and sustainability under his belt, talk is cheap. I think this is one of the projects that's actually proven it right now by being live for over 19 months with a chart that looks like the one that we have. And even with all the utility that we've released, non-KYC MasterCards, non-KYC bill payments, non-KYC gift cards, non-KYC Visa cards up to $500 limit, physical cards, KYC cards up to 100K limit, we still got more utility to release. There's going to be another widget that's going to be released, and a widget that a lot of projects that are going to be able to use. So if you're a project, maybe you're listening and you want to be able to have some access to some off-ramp rails, definitely contact me, because we're going to hand it over for you guys to be very successful and be able to navigate the space. Because if you win, we all win. And that's what we're going to continue to do. This was a solid super stream. A lot of great projects, a lot of great people that we heard from. This is just the beginning of something that's really, really great. We're going to keep doing these. We're going to keep growing these. If you guys have a project out there that you guys are interested in seeing on a super stream, maybe it's a CTO, maybe there's a developer that's bullish enough for you guys to pull up to this, let me know. Have them contact me, because we just want you guys to grow. Whether the charts are going up, the charts are going down, we have to stay active. We have to stay grinding this thing all the way out. And we say it all the time. We grind together, we shine together. This is kind of that action behind that. So if you guys want to shine together, let's go ahead and grind together. Make sure that you guys are engaging with these posts. Also, come over here and give me a follow at Rico Moneybag. Let's see where this guy's at. If you guys don't mind also giving me a follow over here, growing this account, it's just going to grow your bag, because this page is not really my page. This page is really for you guys. Honestly, this is here just to grow your guys' bag. So if you guys want something that's always promoting your channel, always promoting your project, make sure you guys give me a follow. Max Engage over here, because we're going to keep grinding for you guys. We want you guys to win. We're here to stay in cryptocurrency. And yeah, that's what we're going to keep doing, man. I know Bitcoin's testing everybody. I know the charts are testing everybody. But those builders, those communities that know that we're here long term, we're going to win, fam. Those people who pulled up to this live stream, we're going to win. Just stay consistent. You don't get any kind of medals for flying through a sunny sky. Like, you don't get no recognition because you flew the plane and it was partly cloudy and it was sunshine, right? You get awards and you get recognized when you flew through the storm and your freaking wing got hit by lightning and one of the engines cut off, but somehow, some way, you still managed to land this plane for your project, for your community, and your vision. And that's exactly what we want to get behind, and that's exactly what we want to support. If that resonates with you guys, of course, come over here, continue to rock with me, like, comment, and subscribe. And if you guys can't do that, continue to come back and experience the abundance of money with me. Until next time, you guys know what it is.
good. Oh Lord, please don't let me be misunderstood. If I seem edgy, I want you to know that I never meant to take it out on you. Life has its problems and I've got my share. That's one thing I never meant to do. 'Cause I love you, baby. Don't you know I'm just human? And I've got faults like any other man. And sometimes I feel myself alone, regretting some foolish thing I've done. 'Cause I'm just a soul whose intentions are good. Oh Lord, please don't let me be misunderstood.